What's going on, everybody? Today's episode of the podcast is sponsored by my Twitch stream. I'm live on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, I came up with this schedule because I realized I have viewers all over the world. I just went from 3 to 4 hour streams, so that means more time to hang out, drink G Fuel, and play video games. I feel like because of the type of content I post, you guys kind of know me, so come pop into the chat because I'd like to get to know you too. Today's guest is a cool guy, and honestly, I might just be saying that because I feel like I share a lot in common with him, and we kind of think the same way. And this conversation is something I'm excited to share with you because honestly, it is one of the realest, deepest conversations I've ever had with a guest. I feel like it took maybe a minute before we got into a good flow. So this one ended up being a little longer because I feel like we could talk forever. This episode has some funny moments, some happy moments, and it has some emotional moments. And besides a couple of edits for interruptions, it's 100% raw and it's 100% real. I feel like I really made a friend here. Please welcome Genie Boy. All right. Genie Boy. So how's life,
Hello.
man?
How's it going? It's man, that's a tough answer. A tough question. It's good. It's good. It's been a rough year, I guess, if you consider the last 12 months, but a lot of ups and downs, and good news is most recently it's been great. And looks like it's only getting better from here. So
I feel you, man. It's been a roller coaster of a year this past year.
Yeah. How
Where
about you?
are
How
you
you
at?
been?
I've been good. What state are you in?
California. I'm in
Okay.
Los Angeles area in California.
That's right. We talked. We talked about that when we were playing Warzone. Um,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna ask you specifically where. I'm not there anymore, so I don't care about saying that I was in Simi Valley, because people can't
Oh yeah.
come up to my
No
house now.
problem.
But because like the LA area is so spread out, but I was like, when I say Simi Valley, like I feel like people can figure out where I am based off of like my videos and stuff. To be like, oh, that's those one
Sure.
apartments.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I've had a couple friends that are trying to do the old vlog thing, be a little bit too open about saying every goddamn detail about where we live and stuff like that. But thankfully, not a lot of people have seen it, and I'm gonna have to tell them. I don't know if it's still out there, but no, I've definitely
You're gonna have to tell them to
definitely
get
been
rid of
making
it.
some rookie mistakes on that. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I've been through a couple scares. Like I finally just deleted Facebook because we posted. People kept asking like, what's the little guy's name? My girlfriend's
Uh-huh.
son.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, we're not gonna like. I was like, look, he's 3, doesn't even know what TikTok is. So like, out of his respect
Yeah.
for his privacy, we're not just gonna go around saying his name and stuff. And like,
Yeah, of course.
they were like, what's the big deal? It's just a first name. And I'm like, dude, Roman Atwood's kid. Like somebody literally called a bunch of schools asking for him by just his first name, trying to kidnap him. I'm like, you know, like of course people are gonna figure out what our names are eventually. That's just how it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna hold off on that as long as I can.
Yeah.
Um,
That's good. Best decision you can do. So like you had to take it down. Did somebody like find your Facebook at
no,
all, or is that
so
just
somebody was like, I just did a simple search, took me like 10 minutes, and like they literally posted a TikTok of like my girlfriend's profile pictures. It was super creepy, dude.
oh my God.
People are creeps, man. And like I like people started like posting his name, and so like I just kind of like I deleted a few comments here and there. I normally don't delete comments, but I was like, I'm not gonna just like leave his name everywhere. So
Yeah.
I deleted those, and then now I feel like if anybody says it or whatever, you just ignore it, and they don't think that's nobody knows. People still guess. They try to guess like it's
Yeah.
Bartholomew or some crap, and I'm like, what the hell, you know? But yeah, no man, there's creeps out there, and yeah, that's why people are like, what part of Albuquerque are you in? Because it's so spread out. Albuquerque's huge,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, don't worry about it. All right, like if I run into you
Man.
at Walmart, cool, but because I've run into some people before, especially in like.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird, man. The first time I got recognized in public, they didn't say anything, but I was at a Chipotle, and I came home and like on TikTok they commented like, "Were you just at Chipotle?" I was afraid to say hi, and I couldn't tell because you're wearing a mask. It's like, yeah, but
Oh my.
was like, don't tell people. I just put like a be quiet face.
Damn. Oh my god.
uh,
That is kind of creepy, but like at the same time, like I would imagine that the ideal first meetup. Do you remember like the first time like somebody recognized you in public and like, do they ask for like a selfie or something like that, or what was that like for you?
no, I've never. So I think right now because everybody's wearing masks, people are hesitant because they don't know for
Oh,
sure. You know.
I feel you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I've definitely had people say, "Hey, I saw you at CVS, or I saw you here, I saw you there, like I saw you at Walmart," and it's just
Yeah.
like I see it all the time now. But it's as soon as masks aren't like a required thing anymore. I'm sure people will come up to me.
Yeah.
Yep. Cut like a week ago. I hopped into Rust with my brother just to try it out because it'd been so
Uh-huh.
long. And random community server, somebody noticed us. Like I was like, I gotta enable streamer mode because like some guys were just following
Oh,
us
yeah.
around, and like they're like, "You're that TikTok guy. Can I get a screenshot?" I'm like,
Oh
"Bro, this is
my
so weird. It's a game, and they want like a freaking selfie." They like gave me a
Yo,
crossbow, and
what in the world?
it was so weird, bro. Uh,
That is funny
yeah.
though. Wow.
I kept seeing them like because they had flashlights and it was dark. Like I kept seeing them in the distance. I told my brother, I was like, they're following us, bro. Like, should we go to a
Yeah.
different server?
Oh my god. I can't imagine what that's like. Like I definitely like it's crossed my mind, and like the worst thing is when I'm in like if I'm just having a shitty day
Yeah,
and like I'm like with like my parents or something like that, or just like, just a group of people, like we're just like, stuff's going on. I just in the back of my mind I'm always like, man, it would just be the worst thing in the world if someone was like, "Are you Genie Boy? Oh my god, like, yo, can you like dude,
yeah.
I don't know what they would expect out of me. I don't
Can
know,
you
but
say
like,
get to that rock?
yeah. That's what okay, thank you for saying. 'Cause I feel like it's pretentious for me to say, but like, yeah, in my mind, I'm just like, what's the ideal thing someone's gonna ask me to like say or do? Is they're probably gonna want to make me say like, get behind
Yeah.
that rock, and then like it's like yelling fire in a theater, or like imagine if like I'm in this place in public and I'm just like, because I want to do it like legit because I think it'd be funny, but then
Yeah.
everyone else would just be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Wait,
Nobody.
what?
Everybody. What are these nerds doing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
How did that? So, because
weird.
I went to your because I like to check out the YouTube. I checked out
Yeah,
your YouTube before this, and I saw that because I had heard that before, and I hear that it's your like alert sound. Um,
yeah,
they get
yeah,
behind that rock. It's like I went and watched it, but like, why did that blow up? Was that like a TikTok or something?
yeah. So it was like I guess it was one of the first like viral Warzone clips, from what I understand. But it was March 27th was the day, and I think Warzone came out around end of February. Is that right, or mid February, or maybe early March? I don't remember.
I think it was
But
around late February, early March. Yeah.
okay, yeah. So it was basically I uploaded a clip of a really insane win that was like the most euphoric win, like just considering all the stakes and things like that led up to that moment and that win. It was like just all my emotions came out in the clip,
Yeah,
and
dude.
yeah, it just I had sent it to my friends as like just bragging rights because I had the clip, and I was like, damn, what do I do with this? Like, I guess I could just post it to Reddit and get internet points and then watch it maybe get shared around and stolen. No one will know it's me. But then I posted it to Reddit and I got a lot of downvotes. I actually, if you go to my Reddit, it only has 23 points on there. And I
Why
got
did it get so
so
many
many hate
downvotes?
comments. Because like the people didn't like that I was yelling and playing with
Okay.
heart and talent. You
Man,
know what
maybe
I mean?
Reddit must be full of a bunch of like World of Warcraft nerds or
Oh
something.
yeah, it's tough. Like it's such a weird space. Like I every time I post something I think is like gold, it is just like a minefield in there sometimes. But sometimes it works. It really depends on the audience that you're doing. Like I found for
Yeah.
like posting short films, music videos, and stuff like that. That is usually like I'll get a pretty good, honest, good audience that I'm looking for. Like a lot of people will be like, "Wow, this is really great stuff." Like we'll have good conversation about it. But like anything gaming related for me, it's always just been I just get so much hate, and it's like, stop yelling. Why do you fucking yell like that? Like God, imagine being this guy. This guy's so bad, and just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
my experience with Reddit is I I think I posted a clip and like immediately got like snapped at by like moderators or something. Like, you can't post links in here, and I was just like, it says post
Oh
clips. How am I
yeah,
supposed to post clips? You know, and I was like, screw this.
yeah. It is so it's way too much. But yeah, the clip
Yeah,
was. I had a friend recommend to me I should post it to TikTok and that it would go viral because I just sent it to like my high school group chat and I was like, oh okay, I guess so. And so I just posted it as it was, like straight off my PS4. Like just put it on a thumb drive and then put it on my computer, posted it, and then just slapped insane Warzone win over it. And then next thing I know, it just within
just blew
24
up.
hours, Barstool Sports had shared it. All these pages had shared. I didn't know what Barstool Sports was, and I'm just seeing all these people and people from elementary school and high school are sharing it on Facebook, and I have friends tagging me like, "Yo, this is Ben. Do you know this is Ben?" And
Bro.
like kids that weren't the biggest fan of me that like low key would kind of bully me would be like, "Yo, no way, this is insane."
Yeah,
So it's like incredible how it all comes full circle. But yeah,
that's crazy, man. Barstool Sports. Yeah, they're kind of dabbling into everything now. It seems like they
yeah.
just signed that deal with Nick Merckx.
Did they really? Okay, good for
Yeah,
him. I'm not. I feel like I'm still learning about so much of the like meme space and just like gaming culture and stuff. Like before I really got into Twitch, the only streamer I knew was Stone Mountain 64 and like Ninja. That's it. I didn't know who Tim the Tatman was. I didn't know who
yeah,
like. And I didn't know who Tim the Tatman was till someone told me that he had reacted to that TikTok, and I was like,
yeah,
wait, I gotta find out who this is, and then
yeah. No,
find
it's
out who Nick
crazy,
Merckx
man.
is. Yeah.
I'm learning, especially with Twitter, because Twitter, I'm pretty new to Twitter. Like I've started
Hmm.
posting more on there. So
Yep.
Twitter's just so weird to me. It's like people just post their thoughts, you know,
Yeah.
and like I feel like with that, it's kind of like not everybody's gonna agree with your thoughts, you know. So
Definitely. That's
it's definitely
another.
a weird thing, but like I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, and last night I followed somebody, and they I guess they were already following me or they followed me back, and they're like, dude,
Uh,
you're a Penguins fan, like my brother is Jason Zucker, which is like number 16 on the Penguins team, and I was like, bro, I was like, it's such a small world, man. Like everybody's
wow.
connected when you think about it, you know. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, I know. And then TikTok, man, it's so weird how something can blow up and like next thing you know, like Clicks was watching one. He's watched some of my TikToks on stream before, and
Uh-huh.
like I had one where I pretty much copied some guy's like exact TikTok, and it blew up because like Clicks watched it on stream, and a bunch of people came over. So it was like
Hmm.
it got like 130,000 likes, but there was like 3,000 hate comments telling like, "Hey, you copied so and so," because so many people saw it, you know. So it's just weird.
Uh,
Yeah, it's
I see.
crazy how I don't care that I believe like any publicity is good publicity as long as you're not a piece of crap, you know. So
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, like, there's so many. I feel like everybody's kind of copying everybody in a way, but it's not like I wouldn't call it copying. It's just like so much inspiration. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
elements of like how to properly like use TikTok as like for the gaming side of it. I feel like we're all kind of figuring it out. You know what I mean? And it's like the
yeah,
standard of like having your camera in a certain spot and then like whatever kind of stuff you're making it about, or especially with the stuff you're doing, like I'm saying, like it's innovative, you know what I mean? And it's like for somebody who is trying to do like a lifestyle streaming thing, like yours would be the ideal, like do something like this, you know what I mean? Like have just keep posting stuff and be super interactive with your community. It's like the model thing. And I think that's what excites me the most. Like I wouldn't. Yeah, it bothers me that like people who don't make content and aren't the ones like out in the front lines like editing this stuff like
yeah,
day and night and really putting this stuff out is like, oh, you're copying and stuff, like you shouldn't do that, you suck, or like stuff like that. It's like that shouldn't be the case, like we're all, it's so new and we're all like learning and figuring it out, I
yeah.
think.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I'm also a firm believer in like because I see people posting videos really similar to like the stuff that I've been doing recently,
Uh-huh.
and I'm a firm believer in my style and my ethic and stuff like that is gonna be what stands out, you know, like
Hmm.
I mean, I feel like by the time people start copying my stuff, I've moved on to something else. You know, that's what it
Sure.
seems to happen.
Mhm.
Um, at the same time, I'm kind of like on a wave right now, so I'm afraid to change stuff. You know, I'm about to hit
Yeah.
500K, so I
Big congrats on that. That is insane. That is like that's so good.
dude, it's so weird though, because I was stuck at like 150 for like almost 2 months, I want to say, or a month and a
Mm,
half, or maybe it was
yeah.
only a month. I don't know. Time is so like warped right now. It seems like.
Mhm.
But then all of a sudden, I like doubled in like 2 or 3 weeks, and then still slowly growing. It definitely comes in waves, you
Yeah.
know. What did you start TikTok?
The same day that I posted that Get Behind That Rock video, so it was like March 27th. I mean, I had posted like one video of like my friend while he was like really high and just doing dumb thing. He was like, "We're out here making queso," and then he like drops his phone, and he's like, "Oh shit!" I thought it was the funniest thing in the world, but I think like only people that knew him found it like really that funny. So it was kind of a dud, but you know, ever since that day when the Warzone one came out, I just it kind of just sparked this thing in me where it's like, okay, I have a really fascinating opportunity here that I could either, you know, say it's a one and done, or I could really try something new here. And like, given that it was the pandemic, given that like I just being in the time in my life where I was in the middle of finishing grad school. My priority was I need to find a manager for screenwriting and filmmaking as a writer director. And it was just so as the pandemic, like just day by day, 'cause it was when the stocks were crashing, and it was when the full panic was at its highest. You know, no toilet paper, no groceries at all, and it was we'd have professors, you know, in these Zoom classes all of a sudden saying, guys, I don't know what to say. I would really hate to be in your position. I'm really sorry. I'll do my best to help you out as I can, but I think just do what you can and keep your head afloat. Don't stop doing what you're doing. And as a creative, and hearing that like in the middle of film school, getting your master's, especially like at that level, um, and it was Chapman University too, and it was like that's like one of the higher film schools you'd expect to like
Yeah,
kind of know what to do in those kind of situations, but it was no one really knew what to do, and so there was this very intense kind of lull over everything where it was like you don't know like the goals that I had of having representation by the end of graduation and having everything set out for me that I was like constantly at work on just suddenly vanished, and it was like this small little light came through with this
yeah,
TikTok, and I was like, you know what, let's just try it, fuck it, I got nothing else to live for, let's just do it. And so here we are. But
yeah. So I had decided that I wasn't gonna go to film school because being somebody who was in the military, I have free school if I want
hmm
it. But
hmm
everybody I talked to that I had met who was already in the film industry was like, you for what I wanted to do, as far as I wanted to work my way up as like an assistant director, then hopefully get into the creative side of it.
sure, sure.
Um, it just seemed like it'd be better for me to just start doing the job, especially
Exactly,
since I had
yeah.
some connections already. But everything shut down like hard as soon as I was getting out. And like the military
Mm.
was even like, "Hey, we can do like like an emergency extension to keep you for a couple more months." But I was just so over the military, because the process of getting out is such a mess. And with the
hmm
pandemic, nobody was like helping me get any of my paperwork done or nothing. I was pretty much on my own. Um, I was just done with it. So I got out and I was like, I got some money saved up. Hopefully, it'll get me to when the film industry opens back up.
Yeah,
But then I posted some TikToks, saw some growth on Twitch.
yeah.
Um, I heard that the creator fund was coming. It just kind of things kind of started to click, and I finally got a call. I want to say like 3.5, 4 months ago, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to come be a production assistant on like it was that spinoff of that show Blackish? I can't
Okay.
remember what it's called. But I was like, you know what? I started doing TikTok and streaming and all this stuff. I think I'm gonna stick with that, see where that goes. He's like, all right,
Wow.
well, that's good for you, man. Like, good on you finding something to do during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Um, but like there's always a job there if I want it. So that was kind
Oh,
of
good.
reassuring.
Okay.
But I mean, it was at the time like I mean, I knew right away after that. I was like, something has to change. I have to move or something because it's just too
Yeah.
expensive there, you know. So we decided to move to New Mexico, and right as we had decided to move to New Mexico, that's when they announced that like the film and TV industry here was getting a bunch of money pumped into it. So I might
Good.
still dabble in that stuff,
Yeah.
but
It's helpful
we'll
for
see.
sure. Like it's just like not only the money, but like it's just really interesting to see the people that you meet. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people you don't expect to be in certain positions. Like I was, I'm the type to take any and all production job I find where it's like
Yeah,
I'll do sound op, I'll do PA if it pays well, I'll do um, DP, cinematographer kind of thing,
yeah,
and rarely if like if there's an opening for it, and then typically I'll probably know the director, I'll AD as well, but it's you meet so many people in the wackiest positions. Like I was sound opping on this one film, and there's a 17-year-old AD who is, and the set it's directed by this woman in her 60s from Australia. The DP is an ASC DP, like he's pretty, he's a veteran. And I'm wondering, I was like, how the hell did the 17-year-old kid get a fucking AD job and making like more than like all these like people who are in their 40s and
yeah, dude.
50s in lower positions? It's like, what in the world? But
It's probably
yeah, no,
somebody's kid.
it's really good. So do you think what would be the position you'd be going for out there in Albuquerque? Still like PA stuff or
No,
probably?
I legit like right now I feel like I need to get this kind of into a groove before I can even think about
Right.
it, but I would love to
Hmm.
start auditioning for just like little parts, maybe even just do
Right.
extra
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I think we had talked about it a little bit, but I
Yeah. I
definitely think
remember.
that I've gotten pretty comfortable being on camera,
Yeah.
you know?
Good.
And I mean, I do my skits, and the thing is like, dude, it honestly, if I could, I would do a ton of skits. Like I would have that be like most
Yeah.
of my videos. But
Yeah.
they take a lot of time to kind of like think of like what I'm gonna do, and then it
Hmm.
takes a while
Hmm.
to shoot it because it's multiple takes. It's like being on a
Yeah.
set, man. You have to, I have to set it up for myself with I'm everything. It's like I'm the
Yeah.
director, I'm the actor, I'm the all
Yeah.
that stuff. So, um,
I have to
yeah,
say the
no,
one where you were like
the guy
it
with the
was one of like
mustache.
the Twitch chat in real life. Yeah, but like the one
Yeah.
where you had like the headphones, like the
Oh,
breathing
the
tubes and shit.
hospital one. Yeah.
The hospital, yeah, that was like wow. I was like, I really appreciate how much effort he put into this.
Yeah. I knew that not many people would watch it. I think it only got like, I say only, but I think it got like,
Yeah,
it
no, I
might
feel
be
you.
a 200K now, but like my other
Okay.
skit ones usually get double that. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, people were just like, we need to know what's gonna happen to this guy because he kept. I don't know if you saw the other ones, but it was like he kept showing up and saying he's not pooping until I
Yeah,
respond.
yeah.
So
I've been watching. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a big. Not gonna
I was like, I
lie.
need to I need to end this guy's storyline because I don't know where else to go with it. Like he's already crawling into the doorway, like. Uh, no, I think what I'm gonna do next is I've been doing the because I started with the Twitch chat in real life once. I don't know if you saw those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely,
So I
those are
started
some of
with
my favorites.
those, and then I kind of got burnt out on those for a little bit, and so I was like, you know what? How about
Okay.
the TikTok comments? Because some of those are ridiculous. It's like a bunch of people saying first, or people
Yeah.
saying hi for like no damn reason, and like
Yeah.
uh.
Yeah.
So I started doing those. And now people want me to like do more with the OG viewer guy who always gets called a bitch. So I got to do more with that guy.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
At one
That
point I
is like
had
so funny.
you like that. At one point I
Oh
had
yeah.
made him like a mod too. So like he like timed somebody out or something. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have him like he's gonna like ban the word bitch, but like there's gonna be other ways that they're gonna say it. Like biatch or bitch or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna go with it. And he's gonna get all pissed off because
Bi
he's like,
underscore
like
th. Yeah.
I keep banning the words, they keep saying it.
Yeah. That's actually so true, actually, because
So
like, yeah, so many mods. I feel like just the chat is like it has a mind of its own. The mob mentality of the chat is really something
Yeah.
incredible, but also sometimes not the best. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's
But
funny though, because I kind of became friends with Jordy 2D a little bit because
oh,
he likes
really?
those. Yeah, he likes those. So like I'll go hang out in his chat and like the first he I think I went and subscribed to him for the first time. I finally dropped a sub like a couple months ago, and he was like, "Hey, dude, you make good TikToks." And then like I came back and resubbed for the second month, and he's like, "Dude, that TikTok had me dying." Like he's like, "You know what? We're gonna watch it on stream." And he freaking pulled up my TikTok and was
No
like watching it.
way.
Yeah, and so like I've just been hanging out in there all the time, and
Yo, that's
I
so awesome.
I wonder where he's gonna go with it because I talked to him in the stream a little bit, and it seems like he's still kind of adjusting to the fact that like a couple months ago there was like 7 viewers in his stream, and now he's got like
Yeah.
a consistent, like 1,200.
Uh-huh.
So he's like, what do I do with it, And so like, I could see him like I don't know. I would love to talk to him on the podcast, but he's so much bigger than me. I don't want to ask him. Um,
Definitely. Yeah. No, I feel you. He's
but
but he seems like a nice guy. Like I don't
he
think it would
is.
be out of pocket to ask him. I think he should definitely like maybe for the 50th one or something special, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sure if I keep growing, it'll be
yeah.
something I could probably um, talk to him about. He had talked to me about doing like some kind of TikTok thing or something. So maybe we'll talk in the future. But because I've really only
Okay.
talked to him like he's commented on some of my Twitter stuff, and then I've talked to him on Twitch. But yeah, no, I look up to him a lot because his
Yeah.
editing skills, man. He went to school
Yeah.
for graphic design, so like his editing
Did he
skills and
really?
stuff are, yeah, it's just on a whole nother level. Like I he edited a TikTok on stream one night, and I was just sitting there like, dude, he was so like intricate and precise with everything. I was just like, dude,
Yeah.
he just wasn't happy with it. He just kept like redoing it and redoing it. I'm like, this is why this guy's stuff is blown up because he
Yeah.
cares a lot about everything. So I have a huge respect for him, not just
Yeah.
his
That's how
humor
it's
and like
done.
all that, but yeah,
It's a lot, you know. It's the editing thing is I'm grateful to have kind of jumped those hurdles myself. Like having gone to film school, I
yeah,
cannot imagine trying to stay afloat. Like I don't think I would have had any success at all if I didn't have prior knowledge of like editing and basic production stuff. Like after that one Warzone clip, I probably would have just failed and failed and failed. But there's just like obviously by the example of like Jordy and other people who like really push that, what you can do with that phone aspect ratio
yeah,
is really when like it just amazes me every time. And I feel like the classes that my friends would dread going to, like everyone hated the sound production classes, and the sound where it's like, this is why sound is important in film, and the best kind of sound is the sound that you don't notice is there.
it's
There
so
was this
important,
TikTok
man.
it's like there's this TikTok I just did where it's like it was this, no, not a master class in like sound design, but I'm not gonna lie, the sound design was like I'm gonna drop it this Sunday, but the sound design of it is literally what makes it so good. And when you watch the before and after, I'm just like, wow, like I'm just
Yeah,
so grateful I know this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just such a, like I'm lucky, I'm blessed. You know what I mean? But yeah, everyone is really. I think hard work is really made to pay off on TikTok. That's why I love it so much, because it's just giving everyone that equal chance of like,
yeah,
you don't have to get somebody to click on a thumbnail and hook them with a thumbnail. It's just straight up. If you like similar stuff, TikTok will just put it on there. And if you swipe up too fast, or if it's just not for you, then it won't be rewarded, I guess. But I don't know.
yeah.
There's shadow banning too. That's another thing, but I don't know.
Shadow, dude. That I've had some conversations about shadow banning, and I don't know if it's really a thing, man. I think it's just
Same, yeah.
yeah, I think it's just violating community guidelines or stuff like that. Like I
Yeah.
was posting stuff about giveaways, and all of a sudden my stuff stopped getting views. As soon as I privated those giveaway videos, went right back to normal.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a switch, man. And people they don't know what it is that's causing it, but they probably had a knife in a video or something for too long that flagged it, and like if you get hit with if your videos get muted a lot, then like they'll get held up when you post them. They'll be held at 0 for like an hour before they get posted. I've had that happen before. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, so like what the way that I've gotten around that though is like you have to go on TikTok, and even if it's just like a 15-second snippet or something of the song that you're going to use, but you're using a different section of the song, you still use that sound, you know?
Uh-huh.
You just turn the volume on it all the way down. But like that keeps it from flagging it, I've noticed.
Oh, by making it as an existing sound, you're saying.
No, so like let's
All
say I
right.
want to use the Batman theme or something, right?
Uh-huh.
In my
Uh-huh.
video, but they don't have the exact part of the song that I want to use for that TikTok. I'll still select the Batman theme on TikTok, but then turn it all the way down and just use the music that I found on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, because I
That
think
makes sense.
when they make it a sound on TikTok, they still scan the whole audio file, you know, and then whoever the
Yeah.
uploader is chooses what section to use, but it doesn't get flagged because of it. I think it's a loophole, you know.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm gonna have to do that for this new one I'm dropping then.
Yeah, because you were telling
Because
me that it got privated right away because did they mute it or did they just private it?
um they said that it was made private, and then when I tried to watch it
It
like
was
on my own,
muted.
it had 0 views. Yeah, it was muted.
Yeah, it's
So
because
it
if
was
the system scanned the audio and flagged it right away.
yeah, probably. But I'll have to fix that up. Thank you for telling me that. It's much better. But
Yeah.
yeah, I had this Walt Jr. Rose Franklin video that, I worked a little hard on. Not that hard, but it was time consuming to properly like mask everything. And then TikTok takes it down for nudity and adult content and hate speech when there's no use of the N word in it. There's nothing about sex or anything at all in there. And then I see on TikTok a Lamar Rose Franklin, except in the background is two character models of Tanisha and the brain surgeon, because it's like maybe Tanisha would stop fucking that brain surgeon or lawyer she's fucking with.
Right.
And in the background is literally like two character models like dry humping each other on the fucking on the side of Franklin's front yard. And I'm like, what the fuck? How do they
So
leave this on here? What's up?
so wait, were you the one who made that one? The Walt
The
Jr.
Yeah, Walt Jr. Rose
I've
Franklin.
seen
Yeah.
that, man. That's been reposted for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
It's gone around, and thankfully on my YouTube it's like really blowing up right now. It actually got me like about 500 new
Yeah.
subscribers. So I just like whizzed past 3,000
Dude,
yesterday or
the
today, I
one
think. But
the one that cracks me up is the Kermit the Frog one. Have you seen that one?
yeah. Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
so
That was one
funny,
of the
dude.
first ones. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
That
funny.
was that was a classic, man. Kermit the
Yeah.
Frog is like he's kind of a forgettable character sometimes, but then like you just
Now,
remember
dude.
him, or he's just reminded at the best times. It's like,
So
what if Kermit the Frog did this?
the Walt Jr. one you made at the end, does he go, "I can't say that word."
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah,
"Yeah."
yeah.
So,
He's
dude,
like,
that's totally
Nick,
yours.
I
Somebody
can't
stole
say
it,
that.
man. Yeah, somebody
I mean,
definitely stole
yeah,
that.
it's okay. I
It had a
mean,
ton of views too.
I heard that RJ Mitt, the guy who plays Walt Jr. on Breaking Bad, had like commented on it on a meme page, but nobody has sent me a screenshot or like told me what page it's on, and so I've been
Yeah.
looking. And it could have been a lie, like straight up. It was one of the first comments I got on the YouTube video when I first posted it, and someone's like, RJ Mitt saw this on Instagram and commented, and I was like, what did he say? What did he say? Like I responded like within two
Yeah.
minutes of that comment being posted, no response at all, and I just told all my friends, I was like, if you see it on a meme page, please check to see if RJ Mitt says something.
Dude,
I gotta know. I gotta know. I gotta know.
so I
Never
looked
found
into this because like I've seen people who copy other people's TikToks like straight up to a T. They use the same
it. Uh huh.
sound. They just literally act it out in this, like the videos side by side look exactly the same, just a different person, different
Uh
house,
huh.
right?
Uh huh.
I guess you can actually claim that as copyright
Really?
if you have your stuff trademarked. My stuff is trademarked, so if I really wanted to go after people, I could, you know.
How
But
do you do that? Do you have to pay for that, or is that
I
just
mean, I
kind
had
of
my
like?
stuff registered as a corporation and stuff, so like I went all out with it. But like Danny Dorito 23 is it's Danny Dorito 23 Ltd. Like that's
No.
yeah, man. I've got shares and everything. Like it's worth nothing, obviously, you know, because I'm not like it's a one person thing, but I just
Yeah.
went all out because it's like if you know I could protect my stuff, and then if for some reason I got sued, they don't sue me. They can only sue my corporation, you know. So if there's no money in it,
Yeah.
then they can't get nothing from me. Like yeah, it's there's so much to it though, man.
Yo.
It's like yeah, there's all
I
those
like that.
different business stuff. I probably
That's
don't even know what I'm
amazing.
talking about. I'm talking out of my ass. This is just like me repeating what my
No,
lawyer
but
told me.
that's like that's so legit though because oh my god, I remember when that Get Behind That Rock video was posted. It got 280,000 views on
Yeah.
my and then somebody else just reposted it, cropped it in, and then said just added a new caption over it. It says, "Girls, it's just a game. Boys, it gets 2 million views." That's
Hmm.
the one that Tim the Tatman reacts to. So it has no trace of me, and I was just like
Yeah.
so mad and just like broken hearted. I was like,
Yeah.
"What do I do? This fucking kid just took it
Dude, I mean,
out
two
of
million
nowhere."
views to TikTok. That is worth $60. If that person's in the creator fund, that's your $60.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Oh my
that's the way I look at it.
damn! I didn't even think about it. But you're in the creator fund then.
Yeah, I from the beginning, man. I know a lot of people were blaming that they weren't getting views because of it, but I think there was a lot of factors that had nothing to do with the creator fund.
Yeah,
So
I'm thinking the same thing. I saw this one TikTok where this girl was just like, everyone who's talking about, creator fund is withholding your views or shadow ban this. It has nothing to do with that. Your content just sucks, and it
there's a
needs to
lot
be
more.
more
Yeah,
engaging.
there's a lot more
And
people
I'm
on the platform now. You know.
yeah, and it's like maybe I think a lot of that what she said was true, where it's like the engagement of it, and you have to really watch everything that you make as if you are a random
Dude,
person who is seeing you for the first time.
my girlfriend gets pissed off because like she'll come ask me a question, we'll film that, you know, and then I'll be like, I'm not happy with it, and she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm not gonna post that one, and she's like, but we, you know, like you spent time editing it and finding the right song, and I'm
Uh,
like, but I don't know, if I saw it, I don't think I would watch the whole thing, you know. So that happens, but I mean that's you got to be
yeah,
your own critique, you know.
yeah.
Sometimes if I save it as a draft and then come back and watch it later, I can like kind of salvage it by like maybe taking some of the clips out or you know
Sure, sure.
whatever, shortening it. A big thing is time. I found it really
Mhm.
hard to get views on a video that's past like 22 seconds. After that,
Mm,
it really starts to get hard. But I've gotten better and better now. I can post somewhat longer videos, you know. Um, but I think part of it does have to do with, you know, I have a larger audience now, so that kind of helps push it out. But like I posted
yeah.
one today, and I believe in the theory of negative and positive stored momentum. I don't know if you've heard of that. So
No, what
like
is
so
that?
like if you have like 3 videos in a row do really well, that fourth one you're gonna post is gonna do really well too, as long as it's of you know equal or greater quality of those videos. But if you post something
Mm,
worse, it's just gonna flop big time, and then all your videos also start to get less views because I have videos from like weeks ago that are still getting views and comments, but it's because all my
mhm,
videos are because they're all kind of like the momentum is all working together, and I'm just riding that wave. But like I posted one today, and I think it's gonna sound like super conspiracy, but like I think the algorithm it puts you like it gets used to when you post, how many hashtags you use, all that stuff, right? You're a
mhm,
pattern in this algorithm. Today I
mhm.
posted a video for the first time that only had 3 hashtags, not 4, and it literally stopped at like 2K and wouldn't go. So I privated it, posted another one after that with you know like I normally do, and I mean it's doing just like it normally does now. But like, dude,
Wow.
that's why I'm so paranoid not to like change too much, you know. But I'm like, I
Yeah.
know the G Fuel stuff because people are like, I get comments here and there now. They're like, come on, man, like the mixing G Fuel is getting old. But I'm like, well, people are still watching it, you know. I still get
Yeah,
like,
no.
I posted one
Exactly.
yesterday and I think it's at like 700K or something. So I'm like, people are still watching it,
Wow.
but um,
That is really good.
you know, I'm gonna ride that wave and until it stops working, and then figure out what else to do, you know. And I
Yeah.
think that's really all
You
TikTok is, man.
you definitely
You
should.
know.
I mean, I've been hearing a lot of streamers say like when they get burnt out from a game, like I remember like people were playing Apex Legends for so long until Warzone came out, and that was like the new battle royale. But
Yeah.
it's like so many people are like, "Yo, you should try a different game. You should try a different game." But it's when you think of it as a business, like you're losing a lot of potential income, but then a lot of your viewership and just the overall energy that you'll have as a streamer because you're watching the numbers will just be really affected because you're realizing, damn, I am just people want me for this specific thing, and I need to cater to that,
Yeah,
and it's difficult to try something new, but
I definitely mainly play first person shooters, but I
yeah,
once I really got serious about streaming and I was like, if I'm gonna make partner, like I have to think of this from a business perspective. I don't want to
uh,
trap myself into Warzone or because Warzone was what I mainly played, and I've been playing it more and more now
mhm.
again. But I've made it a habit that I don't play the same game for like more than 2.5 hours tops.
I love that. That is
So
such a good idea.
like today I played I also found out that in the morning and shout out to T-Dog Smitty. He was on a couple episodes ago and he was like, dude, you got to play Warzone in the morning. He's like, none of the big streamers are on. That's like the best time. And so I started doing that.
Uh,
So I'll play Warzone in the mornings. And then in the afternoon, if I play Warzone, I only do customs because like that seems to be the only thing people are interested in if they're not watching a big streamer is doing the customs because they
okay.
can play with the streamer or
Yeah. Yeah.
do whatever. So um, yeah, no, Rainbow Six is a big game for me right now because the
Okay.
organization that I just joined, they actually have their own like skin in the game for a weapon skin. So like that's
Oh
cool
no
to do.
way.
Yeah, dude, it's when I found that I was like, dude, that's nuts. So I
Yeah.
started playing that more, and then Valorant here and there. I just got back into CS:GO. I don't know if you ever played CS:GO,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
dude.
My
It's
roommate is
bringing back
huge on
like
CS:GO.
it's bringing back memories, big time. The nostalgia.
Oh yeah. Are you into like the skin gambling marketplace kind of thing, or like buying
No,
and
I
selling
never got
the
it.
skins?
Dude, one of my viewers was like, dude, I'll hook you up. I got a bunch of skins. And they sent me like 40 skins.
Oh my god,
Yeah, so
that's so nice.
they just, there, it was just like they traded me. And it was just like, I didn't put anything and they just accepted it. Like, they're like, I'll just give you some skins. And like, there's some really cool ones that I had seen that I liked. So, like
Yeah.
synthwave looking ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, man, it's crazy. Um, I don't want to sound like I'm like just tooting my own horn or anything, but like I just
No. No. No.
a lot has happened in like the last month, and I don't really like talk to it about anybody or talk about it with anybody. So
Good or
um,
bad? Would you say?
good, definitely good, man.
Oh,
Mostly
good.
good for sure. I've definitely been working really hard not to get burnt out. That
Yeah.
24-hour stream that I just did, I don't know if you saw the TikTok with
Oh
that, but like,
yeah.
dude, I got emotional, man, because I was like,
Oh
this
yeah.
was
No, that was
insane,
so
dude.
good.
Um,
That was so good.
and I was so tired, bro. I was so
Yeah.
tired. I had literally like nonstop talked for like 24 hours, like just constantly
That.
like answering
Yeah.
questions, like, and that wore me out while also playing a game or whatever I was doing. So it's like
Yeah.
people underestimate how much work it is. Um,
Yeah.
like it pisses me off so much when people are like, dude, what's the big deal? You just like, why do you need so much caffeine? You just sit around and play video games all day. I'm like, bro, you've
Yeah.
never been to my streams apparently, because like, there is no downtime.
Yeah, it's like you constantly have to monitor chat. You constantly have to make sure like you're making good content, thinking
Yeah,
ahead of the game here. Like I don't. Yeah, it is such a. It is a very difficult job, but it's rewarding. You know what I mean? It's
dude.
very
Yeah,
like that was like really cool to see. Like when I saw your TikTok and you were like, "We did this for you guys. I'm not gonna show the numbers and shit like that." Like I remember that. That was like one of my probably my favorite one that you've done, aside from like the fucking
the skits.
the what I keep forgetting like the tubes with the is it 5.5 is it what was
Yeah,
the
I did 5.5 because like it's not really like
okay
another. It was kind of like a
yeah
side thing. Um,
aside from that one no that one that post 24 hour stream was really good. Like I was just like that is like serious dedication, and like I
dude,
think you will
because
seriously
I don't know if I don't want to like try and take credit for something, but when I started um posting streaming stuff on TikTok, I did a thing where after every stream I showed the stream stats. I was like, here's the stream stats, and I would show them, and then like couple weeks went by and I saw everybody posting their stream stats, you know? And
Yeah.
then somebody commented and it was like this huge long rant saying like, dude, you got to stop doing this because I see everybody focusing on the numbers and that's not what it's about. And I was like, dude, you're right. And
Yeah.
like, I stopped doing it. And like, I think I posted a few after that just because it was like, we were getting close to partner and it was like record stuff, you know? But
Hmm.
like, right after I made partner, I was like, it's not about the numbers, you know? It's really about,
Hmm.
like, I try to focus more on what can I provide entertainment wise, you know? Because at the end of the day, um, I don't know if do you know who Bad Bear Gamer is?
No.
So he's another streamer. He's always doing these crazy collabs and stuff. He got me into a collab where I played with Megan Anderson, UFC fighter, and like
Okay.
he made a YouTube video, and I think it was called "Are You Worth $5 a month" or something like that. And it was just talking about how like I don't know if you can hear little man screaming. He's having like a he didn't take a nap today, so he's probably cranky
Oh
as
no, you're
hell.
good.
Um,
I have like people like I don't know what the hell is going on above me right now, but
I don't
like
hear any of
there's
it.
like
You're good.
people. Okay, good.
Um,
There's like bouncing around happening. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
No, you're fine.
But he basically was talking about how when you look at what you're doing as a content creator and a streamer, do you feel like when you go to stream, like you should really feel like you're providing people enough value for them to drop $5 a month, you know?
Hmm.
And that just changed my mindset. Along with Harris Heller, I don't know if you've watched
Hmm.
him.
Hmm. Yeah.
He talks about how he's never asked anybody to subscribe or anything like that. You know, he's always just cared about providing value, and like it seems like everything just kind of comes with it, you know. And so like to me, it's never we're getting deep, dude. Or I am. I don't know. Just
No, you're good. No, I
thoughts
love
coming to
this.
me. It's never been about the money. It's always been about those people who come to me and they're like, you know, like I was having a terrible day and then I stumbled upon your stream and like I feel
Yeah,
better. I'm gonna come back, you know. And I'm just like, dude, that's why I do it, you know.
I
So
agree. It feels weird when the money comes in. You know what I mean? Like I had a very generous person donate an extraordinary amount of money, and it was the most I've had like through gifted subs, and it just kept happening and happening, and I was like, wow, this is great, but like, man, it's there's something about the moments where we're just chilling and laughing. Like the best moments I've had is when we're doing customs on Warzone, when everyone in the community who knows each other is all just like, oh, I killed this guy, oh, I killed him, oh, I'm gonna fight, like just getting at each other and just like friendly obviously, but then like just trying to pull trick shots and just being like overly serious about the game, and
yeah,
and we just feel like a family, you know what I mean? And it's like I don't know about you, but do you have any siblings?
yeah, I'm the oldest. I have a younger brother and
Okay.
sister.
Okay. Yeah, it's like the way I saw it, and I think like the reason I just got so excited when this kind of opportunity happened was I always, throughout my whole life, I always wanted a little brother, and I do have a little brother. I love him; he's great, and he's got he's disabled, he's got autism, and so it's different. And I always felt like it was there were elements of that, being a big brother that were kind of taken away that I wouldn't be able to experience as much as I had like dreamed of. Not to say that the experience I do have now is bad. Like I actually just taught him how to play Red Dead Redemption 2, and he loves it. And he just likes to jump off cliffs and kill horses and shit, which is fine because I think that's funny as hell. But like, there's this sensation of like being a big brother to a lot of these guys that I'm playing with, because a lot of them are middle school, high school, or my age, and it's this very familial feeling where it's like I would feel wrong taking money from these guys. Like I just want to keep giving
Yeah,
to them because they give so much to me just by being here and
yeah,
and caring, as a person. It's like, man, it's yeah, it's deep, bro. It's deep. I'm not
yeah.
gonna
I mean,
lie.
dude, anytime somebody's like, dude, I wish I could donate or I wish I could sub, I'm like, dude, you don't understand how much it means that like you're
Yeah.
just here, you know? Like
Yeah.
that means a lot, you know? Don't ever feel bad that you can't donate because you don't need to, you know?
Mhm.
I'm just happy to be hanging out with you. And yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's crazy to see. like the community grow, and like at the same time, like the worrisome side of me always worries that like, it's not gonna stay, or like I'm afraid to
Mm-hmm.
spend any money that I make because you never know, all of a sudden it's gonna go away. And like I want to be able to weather any of those bad months or anything, because like I said, from what I've seen, it's just it comes in waves. And like Jordy 2D, I have such a huge respect for him being able to like average the amount of people he does, and like I think all I see is him post like one TikTok here and there.
Yeah.
Everything else is just like his community on Twitch is really tight knit, and like I don't know. I think he's also very like no BS. He's a new no BS type of guy. Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody comes into a stream and tries to like ruin something. Like he'll tell him straight up like, dude, like there's no like reason to do that or anything. And like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, like I feel like everybody else gets the message when that happens. And so
Definitely.
like yeah, he's somebody I look up to a lot. You know, so
Yeah. Same.
um, what about you? Do you have any like people that you look up to as far as like bigger streamers? And
As far as
like I don't
streamers, I think. What's up?
I don't watch a whole lot of really big streamers because I try to interact with a lot of my friends that I've made through TikTok and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. Like,
Sure.
um,
No, no, it does. I'd say like I always say my favorite streamers are the ones that I know, where it's like the people in my chat who I know stream themselves and are working on it and who look up to me, and a lot of them I look up to them. Like this one guy, Crafty Kevbot, just an incredible person in general. Like he has this attitude and this energy and this persona that is Christ-like. And I'm not Catholic anymore. I'm not going to get into that too much, but like I was raised Catholic and pretty religious and stuff. And the one thing that stuck with me is the principle of Christianity and treating others as you want to be treated, like just loving everybody as, basically following natural law. There's few people in the world that you really see follow a larger than life kind of, you know, reflection of that. And Crafty Kevbot is one of those people that I see where he came into my stream. I was playing The Forest, just with to like 3 viewers, just in the middle of the night. Don't know what I was doing. I was just kind of, you know, low energy. This midnight, and this guy comes in and he's like, "Hey man, how's it going? Like I love this game. This is great." And we're just making conversation, and he starts asking me questions about how I got started streaming. I was at maybe 175 followers to 200 at the time, I think, and he was at between 150 and 200 as well. And I'm just like, yeah, this is how I got started. I got started on TikTok. I just kind of been, doing this from here and there. And I was like, yeah, I'll check you out. I'll check you out. And we just kept this relationship going. It's been 6 months, 6 or 7 months, and I've seen him grow. He just had a huge stream where he was pulling in over 100 viewers, and he's about to hit 2,000 followers. And he just went all out to get this fundraiser for another streamer that it was his friend, I guess, that I don't think he's met in real life, but something had happened where he needed a new mic, and maybe it was broken or stolen or whatever, but he needed a new mic. And he started this fundraiser like through bits and stuff, and all these people just showed up and donated more than what he asked for, and he broke down in tears, so happy for the guy. And I was like, oh my god, this is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Like, it's just, he's so selfless, and it's just like this energy that I've seen him do. But then other streamers where it's like, I always found it weird when I started out. It was like, how can I be okay with having eventually thousands of people taking time out of their day to just sit and watch me play a game? It's like, why not just like, you can probably have more fun playing the game yourself with like your friends. Like, why take time to like watch me? And I always respected that, and I said, okay, well, if that is the case, I want to go out of my way to make them feel more special and make them know I really am thankful for that, and make them feel like it's a community. And like, this is something, you're not just sitting around opening up your extra monitor just to, have some background noise. You know what I mean? I want to have like, I want to make you feel special, like make you feel, worth something, because everybody should, everybody is worth something. Everyone should feel that way. And the last thing I want to do is, the littlest things of missing people in the chat, or having someone say, "Hey man, how's it going? I hope your day is going well." Like so many people say that, and it's like every person that takes the time to do that is, they're worth something, and they're owed that same respect, I think. And yeah, Crafty Kevbot has done that. I love Stone Mountain 64 for the way he plays his games. Like, he is probably the only streamer that, like, back in high school or early college, I remember just watching for pure entertainment, because
Mm-hmm.
his call outs, like, you're familiar with like the YOLO on the battlefield thing,
Yeah,
where he's
yeah,
like, I'm the commanding officer,
yeah.
and I'll admit, I think I gotten a lot of people call me out and be like, yo, you're like just like Stone Mountain 64, or like you're straight up copying Stone Mountain 64, where it's like, I'm not trying to copy the guy, but like, or watching, just binging that stuff at an early age kind of taught me how to do call outs. And it's like, I want to play as serious as that guy. Like, if I want to get any victories in life, I need to play like I'm the fucking commanding officer. And
Yeah.
so I just have this habit of calling people soldier when I'm playing Warzone with like anybody, and I'll just take it so seriously. But it's like, I'll do that with any game now, and it's
All right, hang
because
on.
of like
Sorry,
his example.
I hear Little
Go
Man
ahead.
freaking out down there. Let me go see what's going on. I'll be right
Go
back.
ahead.
Sorry, I was just trying to give Little Man a haircut. He's not having it. I don't know if you could hear that.
Oh, you're good. No, I didn't hear anything.
He started like screaming at the top of his lungs. Like, okay, something's not right.
God.
He hasn't had a haircut in a long time.
Is he okay now, or like?
Yeah, I
still-
think he mellowed out once I went down there. I was like, "What's wrong, man?" I think he's just tired.
That's all good. It's all good.
Sorry, I know you were talking about something. And I feel bad having to cut you off, but
Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, Stone Mountain 64 is like a great example for just like having the right energy and just like really taking the game seriously.
yeah,
And when I watch him live, he's like not that commanding officer persona. Like, he's just more of like chill, kind of just really
yeah.
what's the word? He's
I
just
don't, I don't.
hyped on himself.
I get what you mean. Yeah, he just yeah. He takes it so seriously, and then you get seeing the reactions that people have. Some people get pissed off. They're like, "Shut up," or like
Yeah.
they think it's hilarious. So it's like,
Yeah, and honestly, it's just a habit at this point for me. So,
dude, I mean, we'll have to play sometime.
I'm down. Yeah,
like on stream together. Because it would
absolutely.
be funny to go back and forth, like yelling at each other.
Oh yeah, dude. And you want to, like, if you want to make TikTok collabs too, I'd be so down. That's honestly, I've got great ideas
Yeah,
for
I'm
that.
down.
So.
Yeah, no, because when I was talking about the 24-hour stream and like trying to keep that energy going, I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I can't imagine like the way that you, because you're like shouting most of the time, right? You're like yeah, like dude, the best way I could describe it is like, for you when you're playing Warzone, it's like a real life or death situation. Like, it's not a game, bro. So I can't imagine trying to keep that up for 24 hours, man. I couldn't. There's no way.
Yeah, I would definitely like die down. I would probably be
Yeah.
like, all right, guys, let's just do just chatting. I never get to talk to you guys. Let's just talk, and then
Dude.
I lose like half my viewers.
That was me, man. The last couple hours, like, can we just watch YouTube videos?
Yeah,
we're like watch somebody drink gasoline or something. My stream
Oh my
addictions.
God.
That's what the end of my stream turned into.
That is hilarious. I remember like hopping in there for a sec when you were watching that My Strange Addiction shit and like all that stuff. That was so, like, the cockroaches too.
Oh my
Like,
god,
oh my
dude. I think I said, I was like, man, if my kids started just like they wanted to have a bunch of cockroaches, they'd be like, all right, where's the nearest fire station? Like, let's go drop this kid off. I'm not having these cockroaches in my house, man. Now some of the stuff like that we watched, like the kid that was addicted to fans, like he
Yeah.
collected fans. I was like, bro, like the vacuum cleaner one, at least like he was fixing vacuum cleaners for people.
Yeah.
But the fan kid was
Yeah.
just hoarding them. I was like, this serves no purpose, Like, he's just filling his parents' house up with all these fans for no damn reason.
Were they on? Like, was he like? Did he want them on it, or just like there, kind of like
No, he
just
would like
idle?
he would like turn them on and be like, "Listen to that. It's beautiful."
Bro, that is incredible. Oh my god.
Or like he'd have this old ass ceiling fan, you know, and he'd be like, "This is a 1984 or something something." I'm like,
Oh my god.
"Bro, like get a real hobby, man. Like go go learn about cars or something, you know?" Fans.
Yo,
I
low
mean,
key though, that's kind of me with The Last of Us Part 2. I'm like pretty obsessed with that game. But I've spent a lot of money on different things on it,
that sounds
but
super
yeah, I feel that.
hypocritical because like I have all this G Fuel I'm collecting.
Oh. I actually have never had G Fuel once in my life, and I'm like dying to like find it, but I don't know, like I guess I just need to go out of my way and just order it online, but like I guess I just expect to like find it in a store like I would like Red Bull or something,
Not
but I've
yet.
I've never had it.
Yeah, I think they're starting to roll the cans out into Walmarts and stuff, but
Okay.
yeah, as far as the powder goes, I think you can only get it. I think you can only get it on Amazon at gfuel.com. You know, but
Are you
yeah, no.
sponsored by them? Like, do you have like a discount code I could
So
use
my
probably?
my team is sponsored by them. So if you want to use their code, that's cool. It's just all
Okay.
caps Elevate, I think.
Mhm.
But we'll see. Maybe I'll be getting a code here soon. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, because
Just waiting to
I know
hear.
you probably get like an affiliate payout for that,
Yeah.
so that'd be
I
pretty
know
good.
G Fuel. Like they're in like complete overload mode. Like it takes like 10 days for them to ship stuff out right now because they just have so many orders. I think they're just blowing up.
Wow,
Like it's
that's
almost like
good.
they can't. Yeah, it's good for them. I mean, it's awesome, man. Like I had a couple of people on that are big G Fuel YouTubers. Like they literally like one guy like literally makes his living off of doing G Fuel YouTube videos, and like but like all three of us have like agreed that like the next couple years like G Fuel is just gonna take over the energy drink
Oh
market
yeah.
because like they're now that they're starting to putting them they're starting to put them into stores and I mean you see how like Mr. Beast can just open a bunch of burger places and people just flock in masses to them. Like it's just
Hmm.
content creators and like influencers. They just people will go out of their way to try stuff because it's tied to their favorite content creator. So
I mean, the
it's
coolest thing
interesting.
would be if you had like a custom Doritos like sponsorship, and you're like, I don't know
Yeah,
what
well, I mean,
flavor that would be.
that's like so G Fuel is something that like it's one of my dream sponsorships, and then
Yeah,
obviously obviously Doritos at some point. That would be awesome.
yeah, that would
I
be huge.
like people are like how do you know if you've like made it as a streamer? To me, it's like if I can get sponsored by Doritos, I think I'm doing something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's where I feel
That's a
like
that's big. That is big as all
yeah,
hell.
because
Like, I don't know if I've seen anyone do
they just
Doritos before.
sponsored that Twitch Rivals tournament. Like they're getting involved
Did
with
they
gaming a
really?
lot.
That's good.
Did you look? Did
So
you pay attention to that at all? What happened last night? The
no, what
cheaters and
happened?
stuff. So there was the Twitch Rivals tournament, and I was watching Jordy, Lucci, and Sally because they were playing together. They were on a team together.
Uh-huh.
Sally's a dog, and Lucci TV. I think it's Lucci
Yeah, I
TV.
know Lucci. I'm not familiar
Yeah.
with Sally, but yeah.
So the three of them were on a team. And I think Jordy got killed by somebody who was like, "How did that guy know I was there?" And then like I guess a bunch of other people had also noticed like that this guy was like this team or a couple different people were just getting kills that were sus. And so it just
Yeah.
turned into this huge fiasco. Like Tommy from 100 Thieves was like calling people out for cheating and like getting into
No
Discord calls and like
way.
basically like I don't even know the whole story. I just know that like they're saying that on Tommy's part it looks kind of bad because there's really no proof that one of the guys that he called out was cheating, you know? And so now it's just he said, she said. But this guy who got called out for cheating had like 1,000 followers and gained like 10K last night in followers and went from like, however many viewers he had to 14,000.
Oh my god, dude.
So
Oh my god.
yeah, just because he got called a cheater and people don't think like a lot of people don't think he is. I watched him play and I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. I don't know enough about computers and cheats and stuff like that to know if he is or not.
Yeah.
He could just be crazy good at the game, but I mean, the way that he snaps onto people, like I watched a video in slow mo where he, like before he even like aimed in on this guy who was they were parachuting down, like they had just
Uh-huh.
skydived, like
Yep.
he aimed in and like before he aimed in, his cursor was like already smack dab in the middle of him. And then like he as he's shooting him, he like perfectly centered on them as they're falling, and I'm just like, yeah, that's just I don't know, man. He's
It's a
either
little
like
sus.
he's either gonna be like the next Shroud, or this guy is like using some type of new cheat that like is super easy to hide. And he's
Yeah.
playing on controller too. But like I said, I don't know enough about cheats to know if he is or not. But it definitely seems like the community split. But Twitch Rivals did ban a few people and said that they were cheating or that it was for cheating. So like, I mean, they had enough evidence to ban them from the tournament. So I don't know.
Do you know,
Nobody
was
knows.
that just like a one night event, or is it like are there going to be multiple Twitch Rivals
I have no
things?
idea. I've never really followed the Twitch rival events. I just know that like
Okay.
I saw people have like Twitch. They had a Twitch rival finalist or whatever in their title. So I don't know if there's like another day of it or something.
Oh,
I
okay.
have no idea. I've
Yeah.
never. I came in. I was like, what the hell's going on? Because everybody's just like pissed at each other, and then I'm going back and forth between all these channels, and they're like all arguing with each other about whether somebody's cheating or not. Um,
Do you know,
so it's
like,
just weird.
because I'm really curious now, because my cousin said he was playing on Twitch Rivals. He's got like 500 to 600 followers on Twitch,
Hang on, your
but he was
audio's cutting
playing
out.
with Oh, shoot. Is it how about now? Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Or is it still okay?
That's good.
Um, my cousin was saying that he was playing for, yeah, he was playing Twitch Rivals, and he was playing with Mara, the girl who voices Mara in the in Warzone.
Yeah.
And I don't know what her username is, but I know like he was like friends with her mod or something like that, and he is like the best Warzone player I've ever seen ever. He has like
Okay, you
he
cut
has
out
almost
again. I don't
1100.
know if it's on my end or
Oh
your end.
shoot, hold on, let me
You're fine now. It's just like randomly
that's weird.
cutting out.
Yeah.
Might be internet or
Um,
something.
yeah,
But
my
so
ping says it's good.
it might be my end. My internet's weird sometimes.
That's all good. Um, yeah, he was saying he's playing with Mara, like he's on the team
Yeah.
with Mara, and I didn't see him play. Like I don't know. I have to ask him. I was assuming he was going to stream it, but I also haven't been checking on his streams lately. So, do you know like if it was any like celebrity team, like the girl who voices Mara or anything like that, that was like in
No,
the
no,
controversy?
I don't think so. It was just a
Okay.
couple of like a couple of people on some big teams like Tommy from 100 Thieves. I think
Okay.
the biggest thing was people were saying is that like this because this will probably get turned into a clip for YouTube because I like to do that,
Okay.
and this is something that people are talking about right now. But
Okay. Let's
basically,
go.
the big consensus is that they need anti cheat in Warzone. Oh, now you're waving at the camera. But
Yeah.
no, that's the big consensus is that a lot of people are saying I'm not playing in tournaments until they get anti cheat now, because we shouldn't
Yeah.
even be having this argument. There should be software that basically answers the question right away whether somebody's cheating or not. For a game so big, it's like it's ridiculous that it doesn't have
Yeah.
it. Um,
So they still don't have that. I thought there was like at least some way of like
nope.
detecting. They don't have any at all.
I guess not. No. I guess it's pretty much just like now they look at your footage and like interpret that way, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a mess. But basically they were saying like Tommy, like he shouldn't be, because I guess people are like, oh, Tommy's on the case, like he's known for basically calling out cheaters and being pretty right most of the time about somebody cheating.
Uh-huh.
And so I guess, it's just like he shouldn't, with so many people cheating and this tournament being such a mess, it was like he really shouldn't have took it upon himself to start calling people out when so many people were, frustrated. It was just kind of like it was a double edged sword. There's definitely people
Yeah.
who are telling him
That
like
makes
just
sense.
take the L and accept that he's not cheating, and then there's the people who are like, no, dude, like people need to talk about this more. Like, don't let him get away with it. So it's definitely split. Like I said, I have no idea which side of the fence I'm on. I just know that 100% they need some damn anti cheat, man, because it's ridiculous
They
that
do.
we're even
Yeah.
having this conversation with a game that's so big. And I mean if they want
Yeah.
Warzone to stay alive, they need to, you know.
Yeah.
but
It's
we'll
just
see.
like I'm curious if like they thrive off of that kind of controversy that they get here and there, where it's like the DMR and the Mac 10 phase, or like
Oh,
just
definitely, man. I mean,
purposely putting in these just overpowered like game breaking things. And
I mean,
yeah,
somebody at Activision had to be laughing, or at Infinity Ward or
yeah,
whatever, had to be laughing when they added that damn shotgun that shot grenades.
yeah,
Like
yeah. And
that,
it
like
shots fire too. You know what I mean? Like the
yeah.
automatic fire. Like what the
Dude,
fuck?
I was so tempted last night because Jordy said something about customs and how like he would love to see more options or something like that after the tournament, you know?
Uh huh.
And I totally just wanted to like make one of those memes where it was the Pawn Stars guys and it's like Activision and it's like the best I could do is another fire shotgun or something, you know? Like I wanted to do that, but I was like, nah, like it's such a sensitive topic, you know? Like I didn't want to do that, but that was something that crossed my mind because I'm like, nah, they're not. We'll see. It definitely
Not
got
a bad
enough
idea.
publicity that I'm sure they're over there sweating like, dude, what we need to get some anti cheat in here before this
Oh
game like
yeah.
starts to go downhill because it's definitely gone through
Yeah.
some waves, you know.
Yeah. But
But
I'm pretty impressed by it. I'm actually curious. Like, are you a Battlefield fan at all?
uh yeah, I didn't play this last one, the World War II one.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like
I thought Battlefield
five.
One was good.
Yeah, that was. I think I think the greatest Battlefield, the greatest one is Bad Company 2. But maybe we'll never get that again. Like I think if they did Bad Company 3, that is a force that could potentially take down Warzone. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, maybe
I
that's what they're
also
working
think
on. They're supposed to come out with a new one.
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm wondering, like, is this like a lot of people are comparing it to Battlefield 3 and maybe a little bit of 4. I loved 4. I thought that was
I
excellent,
love
but
three. Like that,
yeah.
dude, the campaign for Battlefield 3, like Modern
Hmm.
Warfare 2, to me is like you're playing a damn movie. You know what I mean? Like Modern Warfare
Sure. Yeah.
2. And so when Battlefield 3 came out, like it came out right around the time as Modern Warfare 3, right? And people were like,
Uh,
Modern Warfare 3 is not as good. Everybody joked around. They're like, I'm going to go play the big boy game with the big boy graphics, you know? And they went and played
yeah.
Battlefield 3. And like, dude, I just remember playing that campaign. And like, it was so short, but like the music, like, because they had like a legit composer do it. And like, I mean, they usually do, but this one, like, I can't, it was somebody bigger. But, like, I don't know, something about that Battlefield 3 campaign. I loved that game, you know?
Oh
And the
yeah.
Battlefield 4 just seemed more of like, you know, it was like Modern Warfare 3 to Modern Warfare 2, where it was like just more of the same, you know, to
Sure.
me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I
To
hope
me,
I want another Battlefield and I want another Battlefront. That's what I want.
yeah. Yeah. Are you playing much of the Did you get the Celebration Edition for free from the Epic Game Store?
Of what?
Battlefront 2?
No, is that still a thing? I didn't claim it, so maybe it's not a
I
thing
think
anymore.
so. Maybe. I had a friend call me and told me to download it today, but I already had it, and I was like,
Hmm.
I'm already on it. But
Yeah, I might already
I
have it
think it
too.
should be.
But I think
Yeah.
they that Battlefront 2 might actually like it would actually maybe be a thing still if they hadn't dropped the ball with the loot box thing and all the
Oh
fiasco at the
yeah.
beginning. They shot themselves in the foot so bad when that happened.
Yeah. I'd
I
like
don't
to
know
see
what
a
they were
battle
thinking.
royale from them, you know? I feel like
A
there
Star Wars
was
battle royale or
yeah, it'd
that
be
would be
interesting. I
sick.
mean, if they could really do it right though, I feel like Warzone almost saved battle royales in a way. Like I wouldn't have been surprised to see like, battle royales kind of die with like, Fortnite chapter 2 whatever. I don't play Fortnite at all, so like I don't know like
Yeah.
where they're at, but like whatever that new revamped Fortnite where they had like the black hole and all that shit. And then like, PUBG, I just felt like is this it? Is battle royales just not going to be cool anymore? But then Warzone comes out and I feel like I don't know if I feel this now, but definitely when I first started playing it, considering like how cinematic and felt and like how just like fluid it felt, I was like, wow, this is potentially the greatest battle royale yet. Like, and this kind of just
Yeah.
brings us
They
back to, you know,
they need that new map, man. They
yeah,
need the
oh
new
yeah.
map.
I think that's where that's what's keeping me from saying it now. Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
we need
I
that map, and I hope
I
it's not
blame
just
coronavirus, but
yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
But I mean, like the Cold War firebomb, fire team, whatever the fuck thing.
Dude, when Cold War
Can't
came
say I'm
out, I
crazy
played the
about it.
campaign. I was like, okay, I like this. I'm digging the vibes here. And
Sure.
then, you know,
Yeah.
played zombies. I was like, I love zombies.
Uh,
I didn't really care for Black Ops 4 zombies too much. And then Black Ops 3 altogether, I was in kind of like a really busy time in my life when that came out
okay.
in the military. And so, like, I just didn't really
Yeah.
play that game to the fullest. And I just, you know, the zombies never really impressed me or anything. It just seemed like it was too far down, like, the story rabbit hole that they had. So like I didn't. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
dude, it's so crazy. You see what they're doing with this, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea what's going on. I just know it's the same characters from World at War. You know, I'm like that's about as far as my
Yeah.
knowledge goes. Like my brother loves that stuff,
Yeah.
but um, no, like the same thing. Like zombies, we need another zombies map. You know, it's finally coming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so,
Thank
but
God.
I'm like, dude, it's gonna be so broken when it comes out. Just wait, like it's gonna be so bad.
Oh yeah. A week and
Um,
a half from now, I think, right? It's like February
yeah,
1st or 4th or what's the date?
uh,
Do you know?
February 4th. I'm waiting to see if they delay
Okay.
it because you know it's bad if they delay it because they've been doing that to things lately where
Oh
they delay
yeah.
season 3 of Warzone or you know it's like oh
Yeah. Yeah. I
so we'll
don't know.
see
I mean,
but
I think the coolest part about like those new maps, I don't know if you ever thought of it this way, but I remember when I was at like a following of roughly like 40 to 50,000, it was like my biggest like my slowest time on TikTok where I was like around that following territory. I was like, I'm never gonna break uh past 53. Like, and I would see
it feels like that
followers, I was
sometimes yeah
losing followers. Yeah, I'd be losing followers day by day, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually like, what if I just go lower than 50? That would be horrible. But every time a new game event would come out, like a new zombies map, or like when Cold War dropped, it's the way I saw it was there's this big opportunity the night of, let's say it drops like 9 p.m. Pacific Standard. If I played it, like I did this for when Cold War dropped, I said, okay, like all day I was prepping for this. I was like, as soon as Cold War goes live, I need to have the exact squad I know is going to be in there. We're going to make a TikTok right out of the fucking thing that, like, I know the squad I want to make a TikTok with, and we're just going to get our first impression. We're going to go wild, just play with heart, just play like, just be excited. You know what I mean? And so then we did exactly that. The first game of zombies that we played
I saw
was
that
yeah. So that was, we just played one game and we had the TikTok, and I said, okay, I'm like streaming too at the time. I'm like, guys, let me just edit this real quick on the stream. It takes like half an hour, and it was like 11 o'clock at night or something like that. And it was like I would never post a TikTok that late because like there's like 4 p.m. and all those other like good times to do it. But I was like, I need to be the first one to drop a high quality, funny Cold War TikTok. Let me just do it. And then I busted it out, and that was like, you get that extra boost when it's the night of that new content drop, and so that's really helpful. But
yeah
that's like advice for like, people who are trying to like really push their shit, and I feel like
yeah
I'm still in that phase, but
no so my thing is like I kind of shied away from the gameplay videos but I've thought about going back to them a little bit maybe post one here and
sure,
there
yeah, that's true.
but
I
like
noticed that actually. Yeah.
to me it's like if I gotta spend like an hour making a TikTok because that's what it turns into sometimes.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
like to me, that's kind of like the opposite of what TikTok is. You know, it's supposed to be
Mm.
short. Like I feel, dude, like today I posted a video where it's literally like my girlfriend comes in and is like, so and so says like, so all you do is just like play video games all day and drink Gatorade, and I was like,
It's
Gatorade,
one shot.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like that's doing decent. It's like it took us 10 seconds to make that, you know, or whatever. And so I
That's
see
so
that do
true.
well, and it's like if I'm gonna spend a lot of time on a video, I think it belongs on YouTube, you know, because that's
That
where it
makes
really
sense.
matters.
Yeah.
But if you're somebody who's built a following off of making those videos like you have or like Jordy, it's like it makes
Hmm.
sense to like, you know, post one. Like I don't know how often Jordy posts. It's like every couple of days, I think. But
Yeah. Recently, like I noticed there was like a change after the Tim the Tatman collab, but I think it's like once a week or something. I don't keep too much track, but there's
yeah,
definitely, I've noticed less. But
but
he's a busy guy. I can't imagine
oh
what
yeah.
he's got going on behind the scenes, especially with like the PS5 thing too. Like
That's crazy, isn't
that's
it? When
really
I
cool.
saw him do that, I was like, dude,
Yeah,
that's nuts, man. Sony literally asked you to make a TikTok. Like,
I know. Like, God, what a dream. But
yeah. No, I'm curious to see if maybe like I introduced one here, how it would do, because I haven't posted one in a while. Because like I thought about
Sure.
posting one. I was playing Rainbow Six and I got featured on like Rainbow Six Hub because I like killed 4 people, and
Oh, cool.
I made it look easy too. Like I wasn't like, I was just like snapping and killing people, but like I don't normally play that well. Like it was just one of those moments, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
feel
have
you.
my moments.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'd never I feel like they always advise against this, like the Harris Heller and like all those like stream advice makers, but they're always like, you have to understand, if you only post your best moments of your best gameplay ever, people are
It's
gonna
also why,
come
yeah.
to your streams expecting the best, and if you're trash, like that's on you.
I mean,
And
yeah, I made a Twitch chat in real life about that. Somebody came in and like, dude, you're like, why do people watch you? You're not even good
oh
at the
really?
game. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
feel
Because
like
I
I'm
get that. People
so
come in and are like, dude, you're trash at this game. Like, why are people, what, you know, why is there this many people watching you? And I'm just like, dude, it's because we're just hanging out, having a good time. Like,
yeah.
do you see a keyboard and mouse cam? I'm not over here trying to be freaking phase whoever, you know? It's like, yeah. I've definitely, I mean, my thing has always been, I want to make a connection with my content, you know?
Definitely.
And if
That's
it's
the best way
just
to do
the
it.
same type of like, you know, I mean, you see the people who rely on the gaming like stuff, you know, like when a new gun comes out or a new map comes out or whatever,
Mhm.
you know, they have that great wave for a little while. Then once that kind of dies down, it's like now they're waiting for that next thing because that's what they
Mhm.
make their content about. So it's like,
Yeah.
if my content and like my audience just watches me because of me, like to me, that's where it's at. So
That is the most
see if I can
powerful
keep
thing.
it
Like
up,
that
but
is the best way to do it. But
it's scary
would
too,
you?
though. You know,
Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's scary too, though, because then like people, because people always joke around like, why do people care like what so and so is donating 100K to some dance charity or whatever? It's like because that's what an influencer is. People care about what you do. It influences them. So it's
Hmm.
like that's why I've always stayed away from politics and stuff. It's
Hmm.
like I don't want to talk about that
Definitely.
stuff, you know, too in depth because it's like, you know, I don't want somebody getting into an argument with their mom because they heard me say something and they think that, you know, some politician is not good for it. You know, it's like I shouldn't be
Yeah.
causing those arguments in people's personal lives. That scares me,
Yeah.
you know.
I always like every time I'm asked about that, it's I just always kind of say it's just sad, because I think that's the one thing we can all agree upon is like it's sad how just divided everything is, and it's
Yeah.
sad that everyone's at each other's throats like that, and like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's a
I mean,
simple.
and I tell people
Yeah.
who ask, like, I consider myself a moderate. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't know who the hell is
Hmm.
right. I don't know. I just know that,
Yeah.
like, to me, as long as you're not a piece of crap human being, like, we're cool. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And,
Exactly.
when people come in and they assume, they're like, oh, you know, what do you think about this? And then you're like, you don't answer it, or you say, I don't want to talk about politics, and they start assuming, and then it's like, bro, don't assume.
Hmm.
It makes an ass out of you and me, you know.
Hmm.
So
And it's
I don't
like,
know how
how
you
could you
handle
be
it.
moderate? Like, how dare you? Is the answer not obvious? God, I hate
Yeah,
those. Can't
yeah, it's
stand
always
that.
so
But
one sided, you know. I tried so
yeah,
hard to stay away from the capital stuff, you know.
yeah, oh, that was
That
tough.
fiasco. Sad, man. But
But back to the community thing. Do you think when things start to open back up, would you ever do TwitchCon?
oh hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure my team or the organization I'm a part of is gonna do something at TwitchCon.
yeah,
So
man.
I would definitely love to go be a part of that. I mean, people are like, dude, when are you gonna do a meet and greet? I'm like, whenever people stop dying from this virus, you know, like,
Right? Yeah, yeah. I'm not trying to kill you guys, man. I'm just trying to like take a selfie.
yeah, yeah. I'm not trying to have somebody's grandma die because they wanted to
Yeah.
come meet Danny DeRito. That's just weird. I mean, dude, that's really, you know,
Could you imagine a TikTok like some guy, Danny Dorito killed my grandma. Here's how
dude, it
it
reminds me
all
of those things where
started.
it's
Like, that's it.
like you hear about these people. It's like, uh, a legal wedding, everybody gets sick. You know, it's like, oh god, dude,
Yeah.
like you really couldn't like, yeah, or like the churches. You know, it's like, uh, church violates like city order or whatever and holds
Oh
church, and
yeah.
then all of a sudden everybody's sick and people are dying. It's like, come on, man. Like, I
Yeah.
want to go back to normal life too, you know, for the most part.
Mhm.
But like,
No, no, who doesn't?
dude, it is just like I love jujitsu. Okay, I love martial arts. I wish I could go to
Okay.
jujitsu tonight if I could, but I don't think it's a good idea because I'm just gonna go roll around with a bunch of people, sweaty people. That's
Yeah.
probably not a good idea during a pandemic, you know. So
Do you stay active at all though? Like, do you go to the gym at all?
dude, last time I went to the gym during this pandemic, I got strep throat. So I was so paranoid that I had corona. Like I went and got swabbed and like they're like, no, you just have viral strep throat. And I was like,
Uh,
dude, because I had a fever, you know, I was like, dude, this is it. I got it. Stay away. You know, I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
uh, that was funny because we posted a TikTok about it because it was when I was first really starting to get serious. And like
Uh,
my girlfriend came in and is like, why'd you end the stream? And I'm like, because I feel like shit. You know, I was like, I don't feel good.
yeah,
And then everybody was just making fun of me. They're like, how hard is it to sit and play games? Like, you can't do that with the sniffles. And then like later after that, I came out and I was like, I found out I had viral strep throat. I thought I had corona, you know, and people were like, oh, sorry, dude.
yeah.
But I was like,
It
no,
like
man, that,
wears you down. It does. Like I think I never got tested because like my temperature was always fine, and I guess I just didn't want to leave the house. But I had tried to do a stream when I was. Let's just assume I had it. I guess let's just say I had it. Yeah, I tried to do a stream when I had it, and I was just like, wow, I literally can't do this right now. Like, and I was like, guys, I don't know what I'm feeling, and I'm just like, you know, die immediately, go to the gulag, lose the gulag, and I'm just like, fuck, man, don't even buy me back. Just,
don't even buy me
it's
back.
like, yeah, and I'm like the first one to beg,
Yeah,
please buy me back. You could do it.
yeah,
Don't leave a man behind. I'm such an asshole about that. I'm not gonna lie. Like people
yeah.
hate me for that, but
No, I knew I had to quit that stream because like it turned into like every 5 seconds I was like talking, thanks for thanks for following.
oh
Drinking
yeah,
water,
yeah.
and then
Uh,
oh man, sorry guys. So anyways, yeah, I just go back to coughing. It's like, dude, I can't do this. And it felt like somebody was
yeah,
stabbing my throat with a screwdriver, so it was like,
yeah. That's
you know,
tough, but good on
strep
you for
throat's no
like
joke.
cutting it off. That's the best decision.
Dude, I hate, like, I'm so, like, I mean, it's definitely, it also is in the back of my head, like tonight when I said that I was like, we're gonna do the hockey watch party on Sunday. Like, I know that people are like, oh man, you know, like they were
Hmm.
expecting something, so it's like, that's always in the back of my head. It's like I don't want to end the stream. Like, okay, for example, last night, um, I don't are you on Twitter? Because I posted about it.
Uh, yeah, here and there. I don't really check it that much though.
So dude, I got raided by a kid last night that had like 2,400 follow bots. Or no, sorry, view bots, not follow bots, view bots. And so like
Uh,
it was this huge fiasco. He I went back and watched his stream because he was telling me, no, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't think the view bots would come with me for the raid, you know, because I was like, dude, why did you raid me if you knew you had view bots? You know, that just seems
yeah. What
sus.
the fuck, dude?
But I went back and watched the stream, and I already talked to Twitch, and they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. But I guess what happened was he just started getting view botted, you know, and he's just in a stream. He's like, dude, this is insane, dude. I'm gonna make affiliate tonight, you know, like he's just like, okay. And then all of a sudden
Oh
he's like,
my.
dude, all of a sudden he's like, I have 2,000 viewers. He's like, this has got to be, you know, like this is what's going on. And then he's like, stop, whoever's doing this, stop. And just you see him like start freaking out.
Oh
And then
no.
he goes and he raids me, bro. And like he raids me and he's like, oh no, it just says 5, you know, like because it
Let me
said
just
rated with
throw
5.
my problem on somebody else.
Dude, it said rated with 5, hosted with 2,438 or something, right? You know? And then I just see him laughing at my reaction because he's like, he's so confused. I can't believe it worked. You know, like they followed him or they went to his stream. And like, so I'm trying to play CS:GO. Some guys like playing music and I'm not trying to get DMCA'd, so I'm like trying to like mute everybody, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
everybody's freaking out because they're like, dude, what's going on? How do you have so many views? This is sus, you know. I'm like, bro, I got raided. I don't know what's going on. I'm probably gonna end the stream, you know. So it was a
Yeah.
mess. And I felt bad because like he was like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like I don't want to get banned, this and that. And I was like, look, dude, I reported it to Twitch. I would report it too. Um, I just I don't think it was right that you rated me. You shouldn't have rated me.
Yeah.
If you knew something was up, that was the worst thing you could have done. So just some kid though, man.
Yeah.
Like he had no idea what was going on. Like I guess after I ended the stream, he went live on Twitch again and was just like trying to explain himself because everybody was like coming after him, like, "Why would you raid Danny with view bots?"
Mm-hmm.
So I felt really bad, but I mean, I
So
was like, hopefully when I go live today, I don't have 2,000 viewers.
yeah, that's just
But it
that's
it
so
didn't
messed up.
happen.
I
So
actually, it's happened to me, like not with view bots, but like
follow
I had
bots.
just done my yeah, follow bots. Oh my god. I guess like the good news is Twitch has apparently started to put me on the recommended page. Like a lot of people are following from the recommended side. But
Hmm.
then I was doing the 1,000 follower celebration stream, and I was like, I'd started it right when we were at like 990 or 995 because I knew we were gonna hit 1,000.
Yeah,
I wanted like the celebration to be on the stream, and I suddenly get follow bot rated by like 50 to 75, like right on the spot, and it was just like, oh my god, of all the
dude.
ways to hit 1,000, that is so fucked up.
Was that the first time that happened to you?
The second time,
Second
but
time, dude. So the
yeah,
first time it happened to me, it was like 20 or 30 or something.
yeah.
Uh, but then like it's happened so much now that I stopped caring. Like if I can go back and use the tool to remove them, I'm sure if you've seen that. There's a tool.
Oh no, I
Um,
haven't
so there's
seen
a
it.
tool you can remove them with, but Twitch goes and removes them in waves. Because the problem I've run into is
Oh
that now I do have like kind of like a good flow of people following. So like I don't
oh
want to accidentally delete people who are real. So I just
yeah.
let Twitch take care of it now. But like I had to go delete like 1,000 follow bots one day because somebody just follow botted me with 1,000. And dude, every time it happens, I'm just like, bro, I don't know why you're wasting your money on follow bots. Like it's free for me to go remove them after the stream. It takes me like 2 minutes. But
Yeah,
like I was like,
they're gonna
I
go
don't get it,
away
man.
anyway. Like, what's the point?
They just think it's funny.
It's like,
It's like the kid that rated me last night when he saw that like the view
mhm,
bots happened and I was confused as what was going on. That was amusement for him.
yeah. Do you ever get people coming in the chat and it's like highlighted in a different color and it's like so and so just donated $500 or whatever the fuck, and
Apparently
it
they're
like says
cracking
that in the
down on
chat.
that.
Okay, good.
Apparently if
I've been
Twitch
getting that a
catches you,
lot.
yeah, I guess somebody did something on TikTok and it's a meme and it kind of spread throughout Twitch where like people think it's funny cuz I guess, if you're a newer streamer or you don't know what's going on, then you might think it's real,
Yeah,
you know?
that's so messed up. Yeah,
But so
thankfully,
many
like
people are doing it now. It's so
yeah,
stupid. Thankfully what? Sorry,
that's
I didn't
like
mean to cut you off.
I no, you're good. Yeah, thankfully I had known like I don't know how I knew it. Oh no, I saw it on a Facebook group page about like Twitch. Somebody was like so happy. Oh my god, I got donated $1,000. When is it gonna show up? And then like slowly down the comment thread, the guy realizes like via other people telling him like, "Yo, that was fake. That was a bot, dude. You should report them and stuff." And I'm just like, man, if that ever happened to me, that would suck. And
Dude, I
but
just
thankfully, like I just ban it as soon as I see it. So
well, dude, I've seen it now. Like people, like one person does it, and then a bunch of other people in the chat start like copy and pasting it or doing it as a joke,
ah,
and it's like I can't delete everybody, or ban everybody.
yeah,
So I just ignore it now, and it seems like people come in and they're like, "Oh, he didn't react, so bye." They just leave or they
yeah,
stop
yeah.
doing it.
That's the better way to do it, honestly. Yeah,
Um, dude, that's one thing I've learned, man, is when people troll, a lot of times just the attention is what they're looking for. So if you don't give it to them,
yeah,
they either leave or whatever. Dude, I don't know if some of these trolls haven't figured out that auto mod is a thing, you know, because they're still
yeah,
trying to post stuff like the N word a bunch of different ways and
uh,
stuff. But like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like it's funny too because the streamer will be like, "What happened? What would he say?" Because like I'll be like, "Bro, what the hell is wrong with you? Did your mama
Hmm.
teach you to talk like that? Like what's going
Hmm.
on? Why are you coming to my stream and trying to post that? Like I can see it, but nobody else can.
Yeah.
Nub nuts or whatever I call them. Uh, but yeah, man, I don't know. And I've also always said that to be going around and posting that at people's streams, I feel sorry for you because you must not be in a good
Definitely.
mindset. You know, something's wrong
Yeah,
with your
it's like
headspace. Must be going through
yeah.
something.
Hopefully, people will grow out of that and just
Oh no,
learn. But
they're just
yeah,
they're moving on to the next best way to troll, like the donation thing.
yeah.
Have you been involved with any like drama or like I mean like you said like people copied you like I know there was somebody that I had on that people accused him of copying because his stuff got reposted and he was like no it was me
No,
who did it.
closest thing I've had to drama was I posted this TikTok that was you ever seen the meme where it was like the girl's voice and she's like, if you clutch this, I'll send you a picture on Snapchat. And then the guy's like, say less. And it goes like a crazy like clip of a guy like clutching a game and like all the squad
I've
laughing.
never
Have you
seen
seen
that
that? You
but like
haven't
you
seen it?
no but you did that what'd you do.
So essentially I was like, oh, that's funny. So like I have my friend I call him Genie Kid on TikTok. His name is Josh in real life. And, he's the guy that's like he sang the national anthem thing. He's the guy in that we can't be talking about lesbians in the war zone like this. He's like a little brother to me. Like he's like my best friend that I play with all the time on Warzone, and we just love making content together. And so I was like, how funny would it be to reenact that? Where it was like I had this really good clip where I picked up an old growth like Car 98 sniper with just like 5 bullets. And I was like, I see this guy parachuting down. I'm like, fuck it, let me just try this. And so I just like one shot, headshot down him out of the sky kind of thing. And I was like, yo, we should make a TikTok out of this, but let's re-record it. And you'd be like, if you make the shot, I'll send a picture on Snapchat. And it was like a meme of that video. And then I make the snipe and he's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I'm just like dying laughing.
I saw
And that's
that
all it was. Okay, yeah.
now I
So like I
remember it.
posted on Instagram. Yeah, I had posted it on Instagram, and part of like when I know I have like a really good piece of content, when I know I have a really good TikTok, one of the tools I use is I know of a meme page that has like 1 million following that will do promotions for a
Yeah
price. It's like 35 to $40 to post, and if like the content is really good, in my opinion, I'll be like, I think this is worth dropping the money because it'll really boost my Instagram, but then it boosts kind of everything at the same time. And so I paid for that one to go up, and I just get all this hate comments where it's like, "Oh my god, you're a fucking pedophile, bro! Like this is so
yeah
fucked up. Is that a little girl or a little kid?" And it's like, I definitely see how that was taken wrong, but like I had to make clear to everyone like this was scripted, acted, like completely a joke on both sides. Like, I messaged the guy. I was like, "Yo, take it down, take it down. I don't want to do this." And the farthest it got was like a couple people come. I was live at the time,
yeah
and a couple people came in the chat were like, yo, are you that pedophile guy streamer or what the fuck? And I was like, god damn it. And so I was like,
yeah
I stopped the stream. I was like, hey guys, let me just make clear real quick that was entirely scripted, a joke, bad taste, sorry about that.
yeah
It's going to be removed, please don't take offense. And everybody like came who wasn't. It was so funny because like everyone who wasn't on Instagram, like my Twitch, my TikTok, were all came to bat. We're like, yo, like I didn't even think of it like that. Like I knew it was a joke. Like it's clearly a joke. And they're like, don't take it down on TikTok, please. Like I want to see it again. Like I really thought it was funny. And I was like, okay, you can have it. But I did take
yeah
it down on Instagram, and I guess it was just like you get different crowds, I guess, on different platforms. But when
yeah
I paid for the Walt Jr. Rose Franklin to go on
yeah
that meme page, and I guess that's how it went viral. Did you see a version where it was like a really low quality like screen shared version where you could like it's like all pixely
I
and
didn't
you could
see
barely
that
see
one
what's going
though.
on? Oh, okay. I had there were two versions I put out where it was like I didn't put out the low quality the meme page when I sent it to him. I guess he downloaded it and he has like an Android maybe, and it looks like yeah, it looks like Android quality when you post it. And so that's the one that goes viral across it's
The
like
blurry
this
ass one.
time he didn't crop out the watermark I put. It's just so low quality you
You
can't
can't
read
even
what the
see it.
watermark says. And I was like, all right,
That's
whatever.
funny,
But
man.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's when I redid it on TikTok because it did terrible on my TikTok, but it did incredible on like YouTube and Instagram. And so like I did a full screen version, high quality. I was like, this is the original clip, blah blah. then of course it's taken down for nudity and adult content and
Yeah.
hate speech and all that shit. That was just
Damn, man, that's crazy.
unbelievable.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's
unfortunately, like,
so-
unfortunately, it seems like with the Snapchat one that you did, like, you could try and like explain it and all that stuff, but like, the
yeah,
controversy never gets as much attention as like the
yeah.
truth or the apology or whatever it is you're doing.
Hmm.
Because like I've had my, I don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen anything that I've gone through. I've had a couple instances where I went through some drama, and it seems like it's just always, and it's always changed how I view things when I post them too, because like I posted one that was way
Yeah.
too serious, but it was meant to be sarcastic, and
Uh-huh.
like it was to the point where like Lucci was like, "This is kind of weird, man. Like like it was a weird video or something." And I was like, "Oh God," somebody was
Oh
calling me
shit.
out, and like,
Could I
yeah.
could I ask what it was, or is it like kind of
So
specific?
do you know who Jordy Locks is? I don't know if she's another
Jory Locks.
streamer.
Yeah. She's got like 150K. Yeah. I seen that girl.
So I posted. She had made a TikTok, and basically I had to watch it a couple times because I was like, I don't get the joke. And like
Uh-huh.
I had just seen this guy who like critiques TikToks and is like, oh, like you could have put more effort because like you could have done this or that. Like what would you have
Uh-huh.
done to make it better? And so I
Yeah.
kind of did something like that where I was like, we can all tell that like your mic's on your desk or like the sound doesn't match up with it and all this stuff. Just like being like super serious about it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And she basically took it as offense, you know, big time.
Oh.
Like, and it was super blown out of proportion. And so I just
Mhm.
was like, you know what? Like, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I'm not trying to explain my way out of it, just I'm going to move on from it. I apologize. But I didn't know it was her birthday when I posted it. So it was her
Uh,
birthday. And so, like, before I had apologized, I was like, look, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was because, like, I'm like somebody who's like, it's like Conor McGregor. Like, if you apologize to fucking no one, you know what I mean? Like, but I felt bad because I was like, damn, man, I didn't know it was her birthday. That makes me feel really bad.
yeah.
Um, because if she took offense to it, then it's like, happy birthday. Here's this, video that sounds like it's shitting on yours. And
Yeah.
so I made a TikTok follow up and I was like, I'm sorry. Like to her, like directly to her, I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was your birthday. I don't apologize for making the video. Like if I had known, I would have posted a different day. And people were like, oh, hell no. Like that's messed up. Cause I was just like straight up about it. And then so she
That's
posted a
savage as
video.
fuck. Oh my god.
She posted a video and like, she was just like, it wasn't right. You should have messaged me privately, this and that. And, so like I said, I apologized after that. I was like, but I made a mistake, especially after because I didn't take the video down. I don't believe in taking stuff down. And so like I woke up the next morning and like Lucci had commented about it on Twitter and stuff because I guess he was on a team that she was on at one point, and then there was one guy who shit on me because I had also posted that day that like I got denied for partner because it was the first time I applied, and just it was a mess, man. And like I moved on from that, but there's still people who like anytime anything happens, like I had some drama, which you might have seen with the psychic tater. I don't know if you saw that.
No, what's that?
So there was this long drama that happened with me and another creator who does similar content to me. And when I addressed that, like I basically called him out for like being weird about stuff. People were like, "Oh, first, Jordy Locks, and then now this guy." And I'm like, "You don't understand. It's a completely different situation. The Jordy Locks thing was legit, just like a video that got taken the wrong way. I mean this. This guy weirds me out, and stuff like that. So like, I definitely see the people who only come out when there's drama, and then they're like, drama's bad and stuff. But it's like, why are you watching it then? Like, you must only watch drama because that's the only time I ever see you in my comments. But
Yeah. The fuck.
yeah, man, after the last thing that happened with this Tater guy, I was just like, man, I'm done with drama. Like, I saw Nate Shot
Yeah.
talking about drama, and I was just like, he's right, man. Like, unless somebody else calls me out, then like I don't. And that was the other thing. He called me out for being a bully because of that, and posted a bunch of like messages and comments and stuff like that. and people came into my stream and were like, "Dude, so you're a bully? You bully other creators and stuff like that?" And I was like, "Don't talk to me until you read those messages," because a lot of the stuff that he had posted in those messages solidified what I said about him. He has been watching me like a hawk.
Mm.
Like every comment that I posted on my videos, he was screenshotting. Just stuff like that. So
That is
yeah,
so weird.
I don't want to like.
So
I'm
weird.
I'm tired of spending
Yeah.
time on it, but
No problem. No
I
problem.
mean, you
Yeah.
could go back and look if you want. I don't have anything to hide, so it doesn't bother me. But
Mm.
with the Elevate
I feel you.
team and everything coming up, I was like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
I didn't respond to that one because I was like,
Yeah. Like,
it's not worth my time.
yeah. It's such a, in the grand scheme of things, like I don't think anyone wants to be defined by controversy on either side. But like,
Yeah,
that was that one guy who, like all those. Do you see those TikToks when they were like, it was like a feud, and it's like, are you really like going on about TikToks? That like, there's so many TikToks that you have, and it's like, of all the ones to talk about,
yeah,
why the fuck would you go all the way back? Like, you have, and there's no like search function on TikTok. You gotta just over and over and
yeah,
over if you really want to get into it, and it's like, it's not worth it. It's just
yeah. And
so.
like, I mean, the thing that bothers me about this specific situation though is like, there's a good chance he's watching this, so it's like, I don't know.
Okay.
The fact that he like said something about it like a month after I thought it was like over with, surprised me. Um, so like I don't know. Like I said, at this point, it's like I don't even want to give it any more attention. But like I think it's important to talk about stuff like that because I don't know, like you learn from it for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And I do think it's important though. If you have a problem with somebody, like I think you should call them out.
Definitely.
I like if you don't know what, because I had no idea what else to do. It felt like I was being stalked, with what was going on, without going into too
Yeah.
much detail. Um,
Sure.
so it's like I don't I don't know, when you don't know what to do about something. I definitely knew that I could have gotten thrown into the fire for calling him out like that. But to me, it was like
Yeah.
it felt like people paying a little more attention to what he was doing was worth it, because then if he did anything else, people would notice. So it's like that. But the Jordy Locks thing
Mm.
was legit just something that like I was trying to do content and it was taken the wrong way. That people called me a troll
Mhm.
and were like, oh, it was just a troll that backfired. And like because of those two things that have happened now, I definitely feel like there's people who don't want anything to do with me because maybe I'm like a drama magnet or something. You know?
Oh, yeah, damn. I mean, it
Yeah, I
definitely
don't
don't. I
care.
don't
Like,
get that vibe from like your current stuff though. It looks like,
hang on, you cut out.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't think you definitely don't give that vibe from like your current stuff, like, at all. Like, I wouldn't, like, I think I might have seen the Jordy Locks thing way back
That
in
was
the
a
day, because
long
I think
time
it started
ago.
like with watching her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, I would have not remembered it at all unless you just brought it up. So like, now it's like I
Yeah.
kind of remember. But even then, it's like, it's meaningless. It's like you move on from it. You took ownership over it. You did the most mature thing you could do,
Yeah.
and you're still doing you. You're making your own content.
Yeah.
You're
I
your partner now. You've grown past it. You've like,
I've
there's better
I've
things to
made
worry about.
sure I've made sure to like never really like focus on collabs too much because I noticed that like something like that happens and all of a sudden like what do you
Uh,
do if your content's all based around collabs, you know?
yeah, that
Like this
makes
sporting
sense.
was probably one of the first like legit collabs I did in a while and like I don't know, to me it's like if we're collabing it's because we're friends. It's not because like oh
Yeah,
we're trying to get each other's clout or something, you know?
yeah,
It's because
yeah,
we
yeah,
like each
yeah.
other as people. So when it's like a natural thing where it's like, hey, like I'm hopping on. Do you want to play together? It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the best way to do it.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like the conversation kind of went like down like a weird path
No, you're
with all the
good. You're
drama
good. You're
stuff.
good. You're good. No, it's an interesting topic though. I'm definitely, I'm gonna be honest. I worry about it for myself all the time, and I feel like just me knowing me, like there's so many things I know I should not be saying on stream when I'm like either drunk, like, oh my god, fuck. There's like so much bullshit that I do, like when the fucking Game Awards was happening. And like I said, I'm all crazy about Last of Us Part 2. Like I had made it such a point that like I'm gonna get so fucked up that night, and I said to everyone, I made a TikTok. I'm like, I'm gonna pierce my nipples and my belly button if Last of Us Part 2 doesn't win Game of the Year. Of course it did. I was not worried. But aside from that, I was like, I'm taking a shot every time. I was streaming the thing, so I was like, I'm taking a shot every time Last of Us Part 2 wins. I'm expecting it to sweep every award tonight. I'm gonna get so fucked up. It got every award but 2 awards, and
Oh man! So how many
I just
awards did it
remember,
win?
I think it was like 8 or something like that. It was like 7 to 8 or something like that.
In like an
addition to
hour
Game of the Year.
period?
In it was about an hour and a half to an hour. Yeah,
Jesus,
so
man.
I was
How
pretty
was
fucked
that
up.
hangover?
That was it's definitely one of the harder ones. If I remember correctly, actually, it was one of the. But I remember I was like, it's okay. Last of Us Part 2 won. We left it all in the field. We did what we
Damn,
came to
man.
do, you know. And I was, but like after that stream, there was like a video. I like it's on my YouTube. I uploaded it obviously like on purpose because I think it's
Yeah.
funny as hell. But like,
I'll
there's
have to
this
go check it
video of
out.
me. I'm like, yeah, it's like 50 seconds long. It's like The Last of Us Part. I used to always say, like, my whole thing after finishing, I'm like, The Last of Us Part 2 is the greatest piece of media content ever created. But then I was like, so fucked up that night. I was like, guys, I have an important announcement, and it's like fucking 7 to 9 viewers watching. It's like nobody cares. And I'm like, The Last of Us Part 2 is not only the greatest piece of media content of all time, it is. Hold up. The moon landing was a conspiracy and a hoax,
Oh,
which leaves us
God.
with The Last of Us Part 2, which just won Game of the Year, and I'm officially dubbing it the greatest achievement of mankind ever. And then I like fall flat on my fucking keyboard because I'm so fucked up.
Like you legit passed out?
I just look at the camera and then I'm just
Like for the video or what? Like
in the video, like I was just that fucked up. Like after
Oh,
after I
man.
made that statement, I was just like, Last of Us Part 2. Greatest achievement of mankind, and then fucking like, just
Dude. Do you really like the game that much?
I do. It was just like,
I haven't played the
it-
second one. I've only played the first one.
yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to get crazy too into it unless you're like interested. But
No, I
like,
mean,
it
like,
was
it's worth playing for sure then.
it changed my life. Dead serious. Like it was. I used to say like, I'm a big like movie buff. Like I could go on about like fancy movies to the day I die. Like
Yeah, we got to
Sundance
get into
stuff,
that
like,
for sure.
oh yeah. Do you watch Criterion Collection movies at all?
I
Are you into that?
have. I respect it. I
Yeah.
think I respect newer films more
Yeah, I
because
know.
like
I feel like there's a lot of tough stuff, but like
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a professor in grad school that really turned me on to like just seeing films with like a third eye, and like it was like you never watch films the same once you go through film school, like through undergrad. But then it was like once I took this guy's class, it was like now I will never ever see them the same again. Like this is like a true like now I'm seeing like way too deep into things. Like I'll take like mistakes as like artistic choices and shit, and like it reflects in my own films and stuff like short films. I'll go like way too abstract, and there's some people who will be like, yeah, this is incredible. I see exactly what you're going for. There's other people who are like, bro, like why are you naked on the ground like dragging yourself like that? I'm like, it's art.
It's hard.
That's a whole other
Uh,
thing, but that
no, I got here's I want to try and see if we can figure out like what level we're on because like do you like M Night Shyamalan?
Yeah. No, I'm familiar with this stuff. I'm not a big fan of like Split and like, well, I like Split was fine, but I did not go see like Glass or.
So
the other one.
for example, I was like one of the people like when Split came out, like I was like the one guy in the theater who like stood up and went, "No way, dude. It's an Unbreakable sequel." Like I was like freaking out like the whole time. Like and everybody's just looking at me like, "Who the hell is like what is he talking about?"
Oh my gosh. I was one of the guys that didn't know what the hell was going on.
You had to like look up on your
That's
phone. You're like, what
amazing.
the hell just happened? Why is Bruce
Yeah,
Willis
I
in
like-
this?
Yeah, and like there was like, I think I remember it correctly. It was like there was like one guy who was like, oh,
Yeah.
and I was like, wait, what did I miss? What the fuck? Like, okay, what?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, no.
yeah.
there's certain directors that I like really nerd out about. Like
He's great though. Like I
Tarantino.
think oh Tarantino's great. Yeah. Classic.
What were you saying about
He
M
is
Night?
yeah, he M Night, like I remember a lot of my childhood movies. Like I Signs was one of the first horror movies I watched. That scared the shit out of me when I was like
Bro,
8. Like that gave me nightmares.
I
Um
still have memory of my sister, my little sister, crying so much during like the Mexican birthday party scene that we had to go to Dairy Queen and get her ice
Ah,
cream to calm
yes,
her
yes, yes,
down.
yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
um, yeah, no, I love Signs. I love The Sixth Sense. I like
Yeah.
Unbreakable and Split and Glass. Like when I first watched it, I was disappointed. But then when I realized like what he's trying to do, I
Mm-hmm.
respect it. I just think he could have gone about it a different way, you know?
Mm,
As far as like
I
the whole
feel
like
that.
anti-hero thing at the end. You didn't see Glass, huh?
Yeah. I
Did
didn't.
you?
I have to see Unbreakable as well.
Do you want
So
me to
I
just tell you? Because I
sure,
mean,
yeah.
so it's like Bruce Willis from Unbreakable fights James McAvoy from Split, and then they end up in an insane asylum with um, Samuel Jackson, Mr. Glass,
Mm-hmm.
and then basically it turns out that the whole time like Mr. Glass was trying to get them all killed, but like have them fight on camera, like on security cameras, so that he could show the world that superheroes are real. But they all die. Like Bruce Willis gets drowned in a puddle. James McAvoy gets shot. Mr. Glass gets his like internal bleeding because James McAvoy just like squeezes him till his ribs break and shit. Like,
Oh,
but like you're watching your favorite characters just die out of nowhere, like super gruesome, and it's just
yeah.
like it was like such a blow to the stomach, you know?
Yeah. Interesting. That sounds I like I really like his philosophy, I guess, like his the way he Shaman always puts like some kind of larger than life stuff in
Yeah,
in his movies, especially like, all his twists that he's known for. And like yeah, some of them like I guess really the only one that did not land with me was Split because I didn't see Unbreakable, which is like it's forgivable. But other than that, it's like Sixth Sense classic, Signs that was just a good all around scary movie. The Village, that's another. I
that
enjoyed The
pissed me
Village.
off. The ending of the
You
village.
didn't like The
I mean,
Village?
I like it now, but like when it first happened, I was like, "You're telling me that?" Because I knew everybody's like, when they go see a M Night movie, they're like, there has to be a twist, you know. So like when I'm
Yeah,
watching that, and all of a sudden it's like she just hops over a wall, and it's like modern day the whole time. I'm just like, that's the payoff. Like, I mean, it's crazy, but at the same time, it's like I expected something crazier. Like I don't know. The movie to me was just
yeah,
kind of like, eh.
that makes sense. That makes
I like
sense.
Signs a lot more. I think I like The Sixth Sense number one, and then Signs, and then like Unbreakable.
Sorry.
You good?
Um, yeah, no, like Signs. What I remember is like obviously the water thing on the ending
Yeah.
with
Swing away.
yeah, and do you remember the cornfield thing? Like I can never look at cornfields the
Dude.
same, but like there's that scene where it's like the foot. You see like that second
Yeah,
of the
all you see
foot
is the
with the
foot, and then he
flashlight.
just like runs, like because the whole time he didn't believe, like he was like, "This is a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of people messing around in my crop fields," and then he legit just sees like an alien, like walking
Oh
around,
my
and literally
gosh,
like
yeah,
shits himself. So then he's like, "All right, let's turn the TV on."
yeah.
Like
Like that was
that whole thing gave me chills, man. Like every time I watch it, it gives me chills. Yeah,
classic. But
but like what are
when I
because
was,
I mentioned
what's up?
Blade Runner 2049, and you were like, "Dude, that's a great
Oh
movie."
yeah,
So like, what kind of movies
oh yeah.
are your favorite?
Honestly, I used to be. I hate myself for this because I feel like I was so into film before the pandemic, and it's like I lost this. A part of me like really kept me going for like wanting to be a writer and write naturally and instinctively create. And I still try to write as much as I can, as far as like just if I have a creative idea for a movie, I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna like keep track of it. And I when I guess I don't think I'm at my peak anymore. Maybe I don't fucking know. What I would consider when I look back on it, I'm like, damn, I was really good back then. But like I used to keep track of all the movies I would watch that really made an impact on me in like this folder, and I would take the time to write a review and remember what about it impacted me, what I learned from it, and what I could use for another idea in the future, or what it was about. And Blade Runner 2049 was the first one that compelled me to do that. And then from there, I like religiously did that about all these films. And a lot of them were, I wouldn't, it would be really difficult for me to watch a movie at home. And so I'd always just go to the theater. And thankfully, I had a theater near me back when it was open, that would play older movies, that would play like art house IFC
Yeah.
horror movies. Like if you're familiar with like Lars von Trier, the guy who did like Antichrist, Dancing in the Dark, and he's like a very shock kind of dark
I
director.
I think I've heard of him, but I haven't like because I know there's a couple of like like directors in horror that are known for certain things. Like there's the one guy who made
Yeah,
like Hostel, and he's just known for like super all out
sure.
gore and stuff like that. You know, so like I've heard of some, but I don't get into horror movies a ton. Like I
Yeah,
prefer the more like higher budget stuff, or at least like the stuff that's
yeah.
considered classics.
I think yeah, classics like that
As
are
far
my
as
main
horrors
thing.
go.
Like I used to be in a big horror phase. I was like so obsessed with horror. I used to think like I wanted to do horror to the day I die, and then I really got compelled into indie drama and really like human stories and figuring out like how
Do
do
you
I, just
do you like
the
Drive?
Drive. I haven't seen Drive. I need to
What,
see Drive though. I know,
bro?
I know.
I think you would love the shit out of it, dude. That
Yeah,
was
no,
my
I
favorite.
definitely yeah. Wait, what's up?
That was my favorite for a long time until Blade Runner came
Yeah.
out.
Okay. Yeah, Drive. My roommate, that's his favorite movie. He always talks about it. But Blade Runner 2049. I used to say until I saw Possessor, which just came out. I think Possessor and Blade Runner 2049 are like neck and neck for the best sci-fi film I've ever seen. But like best theater experience is probably Blade Runner 2049 for sure. But
Dude,
like,
this the
oh man,
sad thing is I went and saw Blade Runner 2049 by myself on a deployment. So like I like couldn't like I think I like posted a Snapchat about it or something. And like, you know, there was like one person who was like, "Dude, that movie is so good." But like other than that, I felt like I couldn't share that experience with
oh
anybody. How much I loved that movie.
man, yeah, it was just, oh my god, like everything about it was such it felt like something really grand, and I
And to
wanna I wanna just go back to that moment,
it
in
the
the theater.
it's like an epic is the way I look at it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that's what I mean
like,
to say. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's an epic.
No, no, I wasn't trying to say that you said anything wrong. I'm just that's the way I
Oh no,
look
you're
at it.
fine.
It's like to me, it's not just a normal movie. Like it's like one of those things. And I mean, people say it's slow and all that stuff, but I think it's just people are so
Not
used to the
even.
popcorn blockbuster movies that like anytime there's any downtime where
Yeah,
people are just talking, people just don't care. But every
yeah,
single shot of that movie is like a work of art. So it's like I don't
yeah.
understand. People just don't
Oh
appreciate
yeah.
it.
I remember like I that was like the fastest 2.5 hours to go by because it was just everything was just so engaging, and
I
the moments with Ryan Gosling and the robot girl, like that whole relationship, that
yeah.
whole arc, I remember just standing out like so well. But there was a moment in the middle, like right when we reached Harrison Ford's character. I have like every time I go to the movies, half like the reason I love going to the movies is I just get the biggest ass popcorn and the biggest Coke, and I just down that thing by like the end of the trailers. and so and so like I have to pee so fucking bad when it's like a 2 hour or more movie. And like I will kill myself if I have to get up and go pee. And like right when that midpoint happened, I was like, no, 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 no. I have to stick through this. I have to stick through this. But then I checked the time and I'm like, we're only halfway through this. Oh my god! And so like I nudge my friend next to me. I'm like, I give him my phone. I'm like, I need you to just film this scene real quick for me. Just hold it close to you. And I'm like, I'm gonna just run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. He's like, Are you kidding me, Ben? Are you through? I'm like, I'm dead serious, but I'm like, please. I still have that clip that he
Bro,
fucking recorded. And
that is
And I would
Dude,
watch it like at the end of the movie. I'm like, okay, great. But like, I could have totally missed that scene. I would have been
I
fine.
had I had an experience like that, and ever since then, I've always been like, I'll go pee like 3 times before the movie starts just to make sure I got
Same,
nothing
yeah.
in there. And it's like I think it was Dead Man's Chest. It was like Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. I held
Yeah.
my pee for like the last hour of that, and literally, like I think I stepped on a little kid on the like running out. I mean, I was a kid at the time too, but like I trampled
Yeah.
somebody trying to get out after the credits rolled. It's like I got to pee so bad. Like I literally might like I felt like I think it was right around the time there was some article going around that this lady had died from like urine blood poisoning because she held her pee for to win a Wii console. So like in the back of my head, I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna die because like I'm holding my pee for so long.
Oh, man. Yo, that is funny as hell. But
uh,
that ending is worthwhile, though. And the ending of Dead Man's Chest, like, yeah, that's worth holding your pee for.
yeah, I think that's the best Pirates movie for sure.
Definitely,
Like
definitely.
every time the first 1 or 2 times that the Kraken shows up, I was like, this is awesome, dude. The
Yeah.
music and like just destroying the whole boat and everything. It's like this
Oh
is nuts.
yeah. You know,
I
I used
They should have
to.
saved
What's
that
up?
for the last one. Like I feel like they kind of
Yeah,
couldn't go up from there.
the last one, I really, for me, like as I was younger, I really loved the whole like Beckett walking down the ship and it's like all blowing up around him. Like that's gonna stay with me forever. But like I think 2 and 3 are really neck and neck for like something great. But I used to always hate in film school or like just class in general when a teacher would, instead of like giving like an actual lesson, they would just play a TED talk and that would be it for the day.
Oh,
But there was this guy who played a TED talk one time, and it was like this guy from Pixar who was like talking about creativity and storytelling. And he said this one thing that's kind of like stuck with me, and like it's really made me kind of decide what sets apart as like what sets like a movie apart or a game apart or like an experience apart. And it's he says every Pixar movie, like with Finding Nemo, with Toy Story, we wanted to give the audience wonder, which is this sensation that he described where it's like just feeling as if you are completely immersed in this world. There's nothing else to worry about. It's something that you can just smile in absolute euphoria and just be say wow, like there is an outside world, or like there's something greater than this, and whatever this movie or game, whatever the hell, it's shown me a sliver of what human imagination could reach to, because it's just it shows you something you could never imagine. And it's like, god, I think of that, like, did it give me wonder? I think of that when I watch Blade Runner, and when I think of Last of Us Part 2, and when I think of like a lot of other
I've got to play
just
Last of
really
Us 2
grand
then.
experience.
I'm gonna have to get a
Yeah.
PS5 just so because my girlfriend's never played the first one, and like I still think that's one of the greatest games ever made, the first one. So
Yeah, yeah. Did you do you like know the leaks and stuff? Like, do you know what happens in
I
part
mean, I
two?
heard the controversy, but like I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my knowledge to it. I don't know anything about the actual story. You know.
Okay. Good, 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 good. So what I could tell you, I was the biggest hater of part two in the world before it came out, because I heard the leaks happen, and the big spoiler, that everyone was sharing around, and like the whole controversy around the Abby character. I was like, no way in hell. Let me see this for myself. And so I stumble upon, after a lot of digging, an hour and a half cut of the entire leak that shows all the cutscenes and everything that happens, um, as far as like what was leaked. And thank God
Yeah.
it was not the entire game. And thank God it was edited out of order. And so, but I didn't know that. So I was watching this and I'm like, this makes no sense. Like, are you kidding me that it happens like this and that and that? Like, this is trash. Oh my God, they ruined it. What in the world? And then I just kept thinking, after I saw that, it was like, man, I gotta, there's something, how could such a talented team fuck up so badly? There's no way. And so then I stayed up for the 12:01 when all the reviews dropped, and And I'm like, this is going to be the defining moment. And tens, 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 tens everywhere. IGN gives it a 10. I'm like,
Okay,
no way.
IGN, I don't give a damn
Yeah.
about.
I won't hate for that. Yeah, they're a tough one.
Yeah.
They're a tough one. And
I
there's it's I am not gonna argue with anybody who disagrees with IGN. I'm not gonna lie. They're definitely
the way that I look at IGN is like if I made some shitty ass game but I had the money to bribe them, then like 10 out of 10.
yeah, honest. But like for this, I was like, okay. And I didn't just read IGN. Like I read it was like Collider their interview like their review really stood out. I remember because I was
Yeah,
like
I
it was
I
the
respect
first time
Collider.
I've yeah, it was like the
Yeah.
first time I like scoured through like a Metacritic thing. Like I usually like read like GameSpot and then IGN and then maybe Variety or Hollywood Reporter. And then I spent like 2 hours just reading all these reviews and I said, no way, no way. And it
I
didn't
gotta
give
play
anything away
this.
from the story. It was just this descriptions of like this is something more than video game. Like this is something like that
So,
transcends. This is potentially
did
the
they ever figure
greatest video
out
game ever made.
did they ever
What's
figure
up?
out did they ever figure out who the asshole was that leaked that stuff though?
So the rumor was it was disgruntled Naughty Dog employees that were overworked and then out of revenge and hate
Oh.
for the story. But then it was debunked actually, and it was just turned out to be some Sony hackers that like
Oh.
um, had some in there. But I do know my friend he did like some work for like an eye doctor like on his house and in conversations like yeah my son works at a video game company. He's like, oh, what company? He's like, Naughty Dog. And this was 2017 and Uncharted 4 was out and I think they had just like they had just announced Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
And so he tells and so my friend had asked his son in passing, so what's it like, man? That's really cool. That's a cool job. And he's like, yeah, you'd think, but like I don't know, man. This Last was Part 2. I can't say much, but I will say this: it's going to be controversial, and it's got the office pretty divided. And I'm not, I don't really know how I feel about it. And so my friend tells me that back in 2017, and I'm like, really? Oh, okay. Well, it's interesting to see what it's going to be. And I never forgot that. And it's seeing like what it resulted in being. I was like, no way.
That's
Like,
crazy, man.
but like, yeah, it's you got to just play it. Like, I don't want to give anything away, but it's just maybe it was the timing for me when I played it, but it was like
I mean,
I
knowing
had
how you
gone home.
respect like
Sorry?
storytelling, so, I don't mean sorry, dude. I'm sorry, I
No,
didn't
you're
mean to cut
good.
you
You're
off.
good.
I just
You're good.
no. What were you gonna say? I'm
No,
just
I
really
was like
enjoying
it
the
was a
conversation.
time. It was like fucking I was home for like the summer, just like visiting my parents. And
Mm,
like I usually spend like nights at my parents just watching a movie because I never get the chance to watch a movie
yeah,
at home in peace because I'm always surrounded by friends and I can't watch a movie in front of my friends because I feel like I'm just not gonna get the
nerding
same
out.
reaction because we're all like, yeah, we're just joking around and which is fine. Like I'm all down for that, but it's like for the first time viewing, I can't. It'll just ruin it for me. But so that night I come home. The Last of Us Part 2 drops the next night at midnight, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna play it. I'm just feeling it. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna do it." So I bought it, and the next night, in place of all the nights where I had like set movies that I was going to watch that I'd been meaning to watch and like study, I played it, and it was just this. It just I can't describe it. It's like this experience that sucked me in, and it was I've never been the same since. It's like my mentality has changed. It was like every day I'd spend 3 hours a night playing the game, and I would stream it every night too for like 1 to 3 people. I was yeah, but I was so obsessed with it, and I was like, I got to get my live reaction on the stream for when if this is good or not. And so when the time comes, I finish it every night. I'm just like, wow, wow, wow. They really like genuinely, they haven't fucked up at all so far. Like these are like daring storytelling choices. This is something Like I forgot I was playing a video game. Like I feel like it's like this is not right. It's coming out of my PS4. Like isn't this what for degenerates? Isn't video games like bad for you? You
Degenerates.
know? Yeah. like what is going on? And it led up to the final night, and that night I my girlfriend had broken up with me of
Oof.
almost 2-year relationship, and I was just a wreck, and I was like, oh my god, like I knew it was coming, it was kind of obvious, and it was just like we hadn't seen each other since March. She left for the virus, whole other story, but it was through a phone call, and it was like we were so close. It's still I'm still kind of giving over here and there, but like it was a really big hit on me, and I was like, I can't, like, I gotta stream tonight. Like I told everyone, tonight's the night we finished Last of Us Part 2. Come on, but it's like, fuck, I'm so fucking sad. I'm so fucked up. And I was like, fuck it, let's just do it. And it was the greatest. And like the final 2 hours of that game it transcends any piece of media I've ever experienced. And it's like you cannot get this out of a movie because you're playing it and you're controlling it.
Yeah.
But there's this, and it's not like Heavy Rain or like Detroit Become Human where it's like a
I never
movie
played
kind of
those.
thing. And it's like,
I
yeah,
thought
well,
about
like
playing them, but
I love Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain is incredible, but Detroit is good too for like the mechanics, I'd say. But anyway, it's like it's still a shooter. It's a third person shooter, and it's like it doesn't have that overly cinematic feel that one of those other games has, and yet you feel this just incredible emotion and connection to you, to not even the character that you're playing as, but just like the feeling of it. It's like this
yeah.
overwhelming feeling and subtlety, and you just go through it. And then it led up to that big climax. I finished the game, and I was crying by the credits, and I said, this is the greatest game I have ever played in my life, and I will remember this to the day I die, and I would be lucky to reach even a slither of what greatness this was.
You said that on
And
stream?
I did, and I actually saved it. There should be a highlight of it on my Twitch channel. Maybe if Twitch doesn't take down highlights, it should be there.
Yeah,
But like
save it, bro. That's
whenever
a
I
moment
need
for you.
like creative, yeah, it was special. It was like whenever I need like a creative boost, or like I'm feeling like I'm never gonna, like, I'm not worth it. It's like, what is life? Like, it's not a fuck film. We're never gonna make it. And that's a whole other like mentality of like how much I've put in and how much I've gotten out of it. It's like
Can I ask you
whenever
a
I
question?
watch that clip, I going back to that wonder thing. I watch it and I'm like, fuck, man, like that's what I strive to create, like for other people, and like
Yeah.
that's what makes it worth it. And it's like I'm gonna get emotional talking about it right now, but like
Can I
that's
ask you
what
a
I just
question?
like. Yeah.
Do you think because you were going through like your girlfriend just breaking up with you that you had more of an emotional response to the ending of that game than you would have normally? Because I feel like
Honestly,
there's been times where I was going
yeah,
through something and I watched a movie or something and like for some reason just connected with me differently than it would
yeah.
have if I wasn't going through that. You know? Does
I
that make sense?
yeah. I think about it a lot, and honestly, thinking back on that moment, I remember forgetting that we broke up throughout
No,
the
that's
whole thing,
yeah,
from like the start of the climax,
that's
and
part of
like,
it. I
yeah,
think
and I was
so.
like, oh yeah, this is like, I don't remember. And then like when I went to bed, I was like, damn, we just that changed my life. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm single again. Fuck, that really sucked. Damn.
Stella.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was, I guess so, maybe a little bit, but like I showed so many friends, and I would like invite people. I would be like, please play this game, experience it. It's the greatest piece of media content ever. And they would always be like, Ben, you're such an idiot, dude. Like I can't take you seriously when you say that. Like, do you hear yourself? The greatest piece of media like who are you kidding, man? And I'd be like, just play the game, play the game, play the game. And then they're finally playing it, and then once they finish it, 100% of the people that I have shown the game to and sat them down and they've played it, whether like me handing them the disc or like them buying it themselves, 100% of the people have said, Ben, that was the greatest piece of media content ever made.
uh
But
dude, I think like in all honesty, like I think Blade Runner 2049, like I think it connected with me because it was at a time where like I was debating getting out of the military. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I got
Oh,
out.
wow. Yeah.
Um, I had tried dating when I was in the military, but it was always just so weird, like because I was always going back and forth. Because I pretty much spent half my time in LA. I was stationed in San
Yeah.
Francisco, but back and forth. So like if I met a girl, like I had to explain to her I'm gone half the time, and I feel like that
Yeah.
was a super huge turn off, you know, because it was
Hmm.
like, oh, like this person's like never here, or like I would come back and like we'd talk and it was like we were in completely separate worlds. So
Yeah.
I just kind of gave up, and I was like, I felt kind of like a loner at the time, and so like watching this movie where like Ryan Gosling is this guy who like doesn't really know, like you could tell he's like trying to figure out like, wait, so like I have like more of a purpose than he thinks, kind of like, and then the thing with
Hmm.
his like
Yeah.
hologram girlfriend and all that stuff, like it just, I don't know, it really connected with me
Wow.
at the time.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so
That is
like
so cool.
because I've shown people, like I showed my whole family that movie and they're like that was really good, but like I could tell they weren't like just, it wasn't breathtaking like it was for me.
Yeah. Wow. That's really cool actually, because it is all about meaning and like, relationship too. And then just, it's so charged with self-discovery, and I just love that stuff. That's like,
Yeah.
I feel like so much of like what I've like grown up is like, because I was like such a weird kid when I was like younger, and I was always like, I always had this thought in my head of like, am I still weird? Like, do people like still talk bad about me like behind my back? Like, am I like that one annoying friend in the group? And it's like, yeah, but like, if it's like, if they're gonna shit talk me for like, my last was too shit, it's like, well, I'm enlightened and you're not. So it's like, well, that's me being pretentious, but like,
No, that's
it's
funny,
like,
man. Like, I mean, dude, I totally get like, I feel like when I mean, it's also been something that I've been thinking about, and it's definitely affected me in these last couple of months. Is like I've really started to just not care what people think and like just be
yeah,
me.
yeah,
And I think that's one of those barriers that a lot of people can't get through.
yeah.
They can't
Do you
just.
think the streaming has helped?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, like, dude, I still can't believe there's that many people who want to like sit there and watch me watch a hockey game.
Yeah,
You know, like I'm literally I can't show the game because I'll get taken down and banned or whatever. But like I'll sit there and just talk about it, and they'll be like talking about me. You talk with me about life, about the hockey game, about whatever. But they're hanging out with me, and so like
yeah,
when there's no game on the screen, to me it's like these people are really here because they want to hang out with me. It's not because like they just want to play a game with me or whatever. Because I get that sometimes because I play with viewers a lot. Like I have more fun
uh-huh.
doing that than I do like playing by myself or doing collabs or because I feel. I mean, every time somebody joins the lobby, like, dude, I'm really playing with Danny Dorito. I'm just like, dude, this is like crazy that somebody like thinks that
Yeah,
much of me. But
yeah,
I like you said, I don't want to sound pretentious either, but like to me, like it still just blows my mind that like I don't know, man. Like you have an impact on people, and like I don't know, man. Especially this last month with like all the growth that I've seen, like it's just like I don't know, man. Can't care what people
yeah,
think. If I had never decided to like start posting and put myself out there, like I don't know what I'd be doing right now. I'd either be a production assistant broke over there in LA, um, struggling to pay rent, or I mean, I don't know, man. I think everything. This is getting real deep. I think everything is like, it's like a chain reaction. So like everything happens for a reason in
definitely.
my mind, But
Yeah, I think it's
yeah,
amazing that like, so you came out of the military, you came out of the Coast Guard. A lot of like what you did was in the name of service, and I think like it's funny how, considering your community and like how the way you handle it and the way you approach streaming differently, it's still rooted in that principle of service. You know what I mean? Where it's like giving back to people, um, being there for anyone at any time. You know what I mean? When you're taking time out of your day to spend with them, like they're coming to you, and it's like they're giving an element of service to you, but it's like this showing the respect that you give to your community and like just genuine active service is like a seriously admirable thing. And it's like, if anything, it should just make you that much more proud of what you do. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing to like say like it's not pretentious at all. You know what I mean? Like you should be proud that you change people's lives, you make people's days better, you bring smiles to so many people's faces. Like I just sit and think this is like really like hippie, but like I just sit and think about like you ever like just kind of refresh on TikTok and you're just getting all these notifications and all these views are like counting up, you know? And you're just like, damn, this no way in hell this is happening. And you just think about for a moment like all those people that are just laughing in unison in different parts of the world. This is so hippie. Oh my god.
No,
But
you're
like all
fine,
these
dude.
people.
The thing that is also in the back of my mind though is like I see people who are obviously like chasing trying to get views again. You know what I mean? Like they had that one or two videos
Sure.
that popped off and like
Hmm.
it always makes me I feel like it's like a humbling thing because it's like, I can never take that for granted that I get views. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because it's so
definitely.
easy to get used to that and be like, oh, why didn't that one get 200,000 views? The other one, the last
Mm,
five did or something like that, but at the same time, it's like, I'm grateful that like people are still watching me, you know,
yeah.
because I remember in the beginning what it was like to have like one video pop off and then like try to replicate that somehow. And there's people who never figure it out, you know, and like, I it's so hard to not sound like pretentious when you're talking about this
No,
because
not at all. I mean, it's not at all. Keep going though with what you're saying.
like to me there's part of it is you feel I don't want to say special because I don't think
Sure.
it's so hard to put it into words. Like you feel important for a second, right?
Uh-huh.
To a certain extent when you see people watching your stuff like, oh my gosh, like a million people watched my video, whatever it is, me throwing an egg at a car or something dumb, like because that's what
Yeah.
TikTok is sometimes. It's just some stupid
Yeah.
video. um and it's like you feel important for a second, and I feel bad because there's people who come to my stream like, dude, I had one video do well, like I'm trying to figure out I can't get my videos to get views, this and that. And like, dude, it just makes me sad because I'm like, I can't sit them down and explain it to them. I can't because I have to also, take care of myself too,
Mm-hmm.
and like,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, it's weird, man. It's such a weird
Yeah.
thing to think about. Um,
I feel you.
you know, that's why like I always worry that like all of a sudden it's just gonna go away because it can. I see it happen all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it really is in your own hands, though. I think if it's gonna go away, because
Yeah.
like you have such a strong following, you know. And when I was talking to the guy, like when I got the job today, and like I was finalizing that, and he was telling me like, what we're gonna have to do, and I was like, he knows I'm a streamer and stuff, and he's like, are you prepared to, um, like, you can still stream on the side, by the way, and all that stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know, but I want to prioritize. I need money right now, straight up. Like I just need to have a job. I need to have savings so that way I'm able to do this. And if I want to do this substantially, what I'll do is I'll just pay for an editor who can do the same quality as me of what I expect, if not more. And it's like, yeah, I could just use this as 9 months that got just a thing that got me through 9 months alive, and then I ended up with a good job. And that would be such a letdown to so many people. But then also like myself, like I just know there's so many people who would be like, no, like you're so good, like come on. And it's like I don't want to let them down. I don't want to let my future self down, you know, who's who will look back on 23-year-old Ben and be like, damn, he was like so fired up and ambitious. Like he really like, can I look back on me and say that I put it all in there and I wasn't just lazy because I got a good paying job and I had money? It's like, that's so fucked up. But I don't think it's not going to stop until we stop it ourselves, you know. And I think like you especially have such a strong foundation that it's like the only way else is up. I feel like, but yeah,
Yeah, it's almost making me emotional because like
I
I
feel you.
I don't want to like say anybody's name. Um, I saw somebody who was like pretty big um when I was kind of getting serious about it, right? And
Sure.
like I saw him make a TikTok where he was just, oh man, I can't believe I'm doing this.
You're okay.
He was arguing with himself about how he had fallen off, you know? And like I felt so bad for him, dude. You know? Cuz I'm scared of that too, you know? I I don't know, just something that you work so hard on to see it like just disappear, you know? And like it sounds if I feel selfish about that, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean it was literally just this kid talking about how like he was trying to say something and it was him as the viewer just saying, "Shut up, you fell off." Like for like 30 seconds straight, dude. You know?
Yeah.
And like I don't know. I'm an emotional guy. And so like
I
stuff
feel
like
you.
that just hits me, you know?
Yeah.
And I just every day when I wake up, man, I just feel so grateful to
Yeah.
be where I'm at, you know? And I don't want to get burnt out, but you know, like I'm just so afraid that if I take a break, you know, like I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it totally does. I just like, yeah, it's
I'm putting you in a weird position. I'm sorry.
no, not at all. No, no. I'm just like, I really relate to what you're saying right now. And it's like, holy shit, man. There's something that I learned when I got, when the day after that breakup happened and I had to leave home. That was the next morning I was leaving home and I had to go back to California. I had to go back to my apartment where uh, I lived alone at the time. It was a single bedroom apartment, no one else there but me. But when my girlfriend was in town before everything happened with the virus and she like left, I knew it was like it is a battlefield to go back to that bed and sleep there like alone. It is about to walk around the apartment alone to be. I couldn't be alone, you know. And it's like those are the moments where I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, I hope that in the future I will look back on who I was then and be proud of myself that I stuck through it. Be proud of it that I didn't, you know, jump off a fucking building or do something stupid or just like make a fool out of myself or something. And like believe the bottom line is I want to know that I believed in myself so that I could make the future version of myself proud. Like when the 30-year-old versions of us who in whatever position they are, let's say like whatever relaxed state of being, just that one night where they can finally just breathe and look out in the balcony or sit on the beach or something or whatever like is your best like comfort zone, like you can just reminisce and say, damn, like I think I made all the right decisions there and I'm so proud of that. And I'm very like, yeah, it's you kind of like I think about that too, you know, like I want to quit a lot of times. Like I get afraid of like falling off. I think of like, what if it's just like TikTok? And it was like, when TikTok dies out, I will die out. You know, that's a
Yeah.
real thing.
Yeah, I remember
And
the first time that they said that like TikTok was going to get banned. I was like, dude,
yeah,
cuz I was posting like 10 TikToks a day, dude,
okay.
when it first happened and I was like, it could be gone tomorrow? I was like, dude, what like I feel like I just, you know, Spent like the last month
Yeah.
and a half or whatever, just like hammering all these nails in, and then all of a sudden the thing's just gonna fall apart.
Yeah. It's I really like to have someone have the level of care for that, and like under like you obviously do not take it for granted. Like you are waking up every day thinking, being so thankful for it. And I can see by the energy you put in on your streams and your content, you are like treating everyone like it's your last. And I think that's the energy that's like a model for a community that's like so driven by self starters and driven by people who just have like the only reason we'll fail is because of ourselves, because we didn't put enough in. And I think like you have to remember, like, the bigger your platform is, the more you are Jordy 2D to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like you're that for me. I'll be honest. Like your community and the way you handle it, the maturity you have, I think I'm extraordinarily immature, and I fear that I will be banned one day because of like me dancing with my shirt off, or like fucking doing dumbass shit for like because I just like trying to like make people laugh, but then at the same time because I just think it's funny myself, and it's just like, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
No, I get you.
it's ultimately up to you. And it's like, if you have that end goal where it's like, what is the peak of this? What is like the highest peak where I can say I've done it all. I rest my case, or whatever the fuck, like I don't know. I feel like that was a terrible follow-up because like it's just really.
No, I get what you're saying. Like I said, I feel like I don't know, man. I've this last month has been. I mean, I've been through boot camp. I've done everything I've done, and this past month has been one of the hardest and most stressful, but rewarding months of my life, man. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's just, I feel
is
like
that is that related to like the streaming stuff, or?
everything, man. TikTok, YouTube, like just everything.
Yep.
Like my relationship, moving,
Yep.
like all that stuff. Um, all on top of like being in a pandemic. Like, it's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy to look back and see like anytime something crazy like this happens, you see like a wave of people who start something or something, they make something of it, and I feel like we're those people who are like making something of a bad situation almost, like
Yeah. Exactly.
the what I had called, or when that guy had called me and basically like said like, hey, like, there's a spot for you to come work on this set. I had just had one of like the biggest dips I've ever had in like viewership and everything, because everybody had just started going back to work and school and stuff. So it was like one of the hardest decisions I've ever made, because I had, I wasn't gonna like sit there for like 2 minutes like while I thought about it. I had to say something then, and so like I was like, no, I think I'm gonna keep doing this, and like for a while there, I was like questioning myself whether I made the right decision, you know.
Yeah.
So to see all this happen, it's like I think I made the right decision. It's
Definitely.
just, let's see
Definitely.
if I feel that way in a month or two. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, I
So
think you will. And it's like, do you? I think from a practical sense, it's when I started reaching out to somebody. I just needed. I remember that when I first started coming up and really starting to focus on TikTok, YouTube, everything, it was like I cannot sit at my computer all day and edit all day, even if I love it. Even if I love editing, it is just going to kill me, and I'm going to become a machine. I'm going to sacrifice so much time that could be for something else. It could be for like working out. And it's like, I don't know if you have like an editor on your team, or like, somebody who can kind of take a load off for you, but like that is, I'd say, one of the most helpful things is just understanding that you have like a team that is rooting for you and is on
yeah,
the same side, you know what I mean, and helping you out with that, well, let me take care of YouTube videos for you. I got you covered on that. I'll you know, do it exactly how you like it, And when I as I've done it, I haven't gotten a lot of money from this. I've gotten less than $400, $300 from this as it like my entire career. But what I did was I couldn't pay people with money per editing, but there was one guy, my friend JR, who came in and he would like just take on subtitles on YouTube videos, and he would just
Yeah.
throw them in there, and he'd send it. He's like, "This is good." I'm like, "Yeah, this is great." And as whenever I could, I'd always make sure like I want to give back to this guy. It's like I sent him. He said he needed more space on his computer, so I sent him a 4 terabyte drive for Christmas, and he's like, what do I tell my parents? Like some random guy online is like sending me a thing, like what the, and I'm just like, fuck, I forgot about that part. But like, just saying, like, it's fine, bro. Just take the damn kit. And I don't know. It's like I'm happy to help you out too with editing too, if like you need it. Like I'm
No,
more than happy to help you
I
out.
don't want to ask you for
But
that, man. That's you're trying to do
no,
your own thing too.
yeah, but like whenever I have down, because I know like you are like 9,000 to almost 10,000 YouTube subscribers is a very valuable thing, and like numbers aside, like the impact that you've had is a valuable thing to begin with, and I think like it's for anybody seeing that it's exciting to say, oh yeah, I could have a little piece of that, I could have a little help with that, and I think like you could find a lot of people that would be down to help you out with that. I think especially where you're at, but
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing with like finding an editor is how do people find editors? You know, like
yeah.
I've always thought about it, but I'm like, I don't even know where to start. You know?
Well, I mean, I'm happy to help you out with like I know like some good avenues and stuff. Like there's for me, like practically I use Facebook groups. Facebook groups has gotten
Yeah.
me the majority of my jobs, and it's I've made great relationships with people through Facebook groups on like film connection groups where it's like, hey, I'm looking for an editor. Describe your channel. Maybe if you want to like leave it, you don't want to put out the name yet. Just say it's a high level TikTok thing, whatever the fuck. I can put out the post for you on your behalf, and then like give them an email or something like that. It's and I can get it's as long the main thing for me is the payment part is that gets me. But like if you're able to pay, which would I'd say, I don't know, like for a high quality Warzone video for what I would look for, I would say if I could pay them in a wage that I would believe is right, it would be between 100 and 150 per video.
Yeah.
And that's like that's not even like crazy edits. That's like, the gameplay's already done for you. You just gotta like cut to when the kills happen and all that shit. But yeah, no, seriously though, if you need like, I'm
Yeah,
happy
I'll
to like
definitely have to
put
talk
some
to you
posts out.
about it, trying to figure out
Yeah,
how to find an editor after this, or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we'll have to talk for sure.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm seriously sorry about getting emotional.
No,
That's
you're
happened
fine.
one other time on this podcast,
You're
and it
fine.
was like I made a clip out of it because I just I knew that there was people who would maybe understand, or like they were going through something similar, so like maybe it connected with them,
Definitely. Yeah.
and then like of course there was like a few people who were like what a pussy and stuff like that, but um no man,
Fuck.
it's I'm a very emotional guy, and um
Nothing
I don't
wrong with
know,
that.
I feel like
You know,
I can't, I feel like I don't express that type of stuff unless I feel like I've made a connection, so
good.
just
Thank you.
yeah, I don't know, I don't, we'll see. I don't know if I'll cut that out or not, we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, totally on you. But honestly, it's powerful when like that's why I loved your TikTok when you did like the after the 24 hours stream. I was like, this is just like pure honesty and vulnerability. And maybe that's just like the filmmaker in me. But um I don't know. I think part of like I guess what attracts me to art is like how what attracts me to video games in general. I don't know if you've noticed this, but like when I was first into when I first got to college in undergrad, my freshman year, I moved in the apartment. I didn't know anybody in there. I was living with 5 guys in this apartment that they had turned into a dorm, and I didn't know any of them there. And there was the older senior who would later be like one of my closest friends until he graduated. Well, he still is a close friend, but like yeah, at
Yeah.
throughout that year, it was like as soon as I met that guy, first impression, I'm like, there's no way. Like, what? How am I? This is just going to be an awkward, like, hey, okay, bye, kind of thing. Like, just pass by relationship. And
Again, you
I
cut out.
bust out. Oh, sorry.
You cut out for a second.
Oh, I was saying like it could be like a pass by relationship where it's like, hi, okay, bye. But then it wasn't until I busted out my PS4 and Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain was like out, and I started playing that, and he got really interested, and it just opened up like it was the catalyst for this friendship, and it just opened up, like it gets everyone's emotions out and everyone's like realist versions out there. Like you get so excited or
Yeah.
so angry or like you're laughing, and it's just like that to me is like the best part of like video games, is like it just connects people so much. But then honestly, like going back to what I was saying about your TikTok, it's like people being open and honest about their emotions or just feeling something from a great achievement is like another thing where I think like I just for me personally, I respect the person a lot more to see it, because it's like it makes me feel less alone, makes me feel more human. It makes everyone feel like, it's okay to fucking be a human being, like
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird how this culture is so molded around, at least for guys, it's like you have to be this stoic knight in shining armor and feel nothing and do nothing because you are a big strong man and nothing. How dare you be a simp? How dare you let a girl get to your feelings? You know what I
Hey,
mean?
take it easy with
Or
the S word, all right?
oh shit! Sorry,
I'm
sorry,
just, dude,
sorry.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke.
I'm still getting used to that one though. You're right. Oh
Bro,
man.
somebody the other night came. No, I think it was last night. He was like, he's like, Danny, I'm back. Sorry, I haven't been able to come to the streams. I got banned for 3 days. I'm like, bro, what'd you get banned for? I'm like, I gotta hear this. And he's like,
Oh my god.
and he like put a star for the S, but it was the IMP word. He's like, and I didn't. Somebody reported me. I was like, oh. I was like,
Yo, that
damn,
is
bro, they're not
hilarious.
messing
Actually.
around. He's like, no, they're not. Don't say it. I was
Oh my god.
like, yeah, man, it's crazy. Um, I'm trying to figure out how do we close this out.
Sure.
I always like to talk about conspiracies a little bit because I think people think it's goofy and fun. I don't know if you're into them. You said
Okay.
something about the moon landing.
Oh,
Um,
that was a joke. That was a joke. I
it was a joke.
completely. And
Okay, I was like,
I knew that was gonna bite me in the ass. Like,
I
not,
was like,
no,
this guy
not
thinks
on
the
this
moon landing is
podcast.
fake. No,
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. I knew like as soon as I was uploading that video, I was like, that moon landing thing is gonna one day bite me in the ass. And I swear to God, if I see like some like tabloid about Genie Boy debunks moon landing, this man is insane.
it's
you
just it's
know.
just you drunk.
Yeah. But no, so what would you say are like the conspiracies you're interested in? I love conspiracies actually.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were into them or not. Anything, dude. I mean, aliens has been a really big one lately, just because everything
Oh
going
yeah.
on. I don't know, man. Yeah, that the alien talk can go on forever. I feel like Joe Rogan's kind of normalized that a little bit.
Yeah,
He's been
definitely.
talking about it a lot lately. So I mean, I don't know what is your take on aliens?
Honestly, I a part of me feels like it's such a bombshell that it'd be really hard to cover up. And it's like, if like I'm talking like intelligent life kind of thing. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like I definitely believe it's out there.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, I do believe it's out there. But with the real question for me now is, does the government know? Are they hiding it from us?
yeah. I
What
guess
is
that's the
the
big
does
question.
Yeah,
Which
is that like a day one?
I guess we're
What's up?
supposed to find out what else they know because a part of that COVID
Sure.
relief bill, I don't know if you saw, was that they were supposed to disclose the
Hmm.
rest of the evidence they have in the UAF program.
Hmm.
The which includes like the videos, um, like the Pentagon and the Navy declassified, like the
Hmm.
Nimitz videos and stuff. I
Hmm.
don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently we're supposed to get like the rest of what that program has been investigating. So we'll see um, how much we get, whether it's just all BS or if like there's a bunch. But it was supposed to be 180 days from whenever they signed that bill. They're supposed to release that stuff. So we'll see.
Hmm.
Um,
I hope, but at the same time, it's like there's that side of me that's like, why would they do that if there was something to hide? Like
yeah,
it's
I don't
almost
know.
like they're trying to play a mind
Yeah,
trick. I don't
the
know.
whole idea like, oh, like, because there's I've been seeing it go around where they're like some Israeli scientist is saying that like uh there's a galactic federation and all this bull crap, and like I listened to it
Oh
and I
yeah.
don't know if you've seen that. He's like, they're here, and like Trump wanted to talk about it, but then they said no because it'll make humankind freak out and it'll be the end of the world and all this stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't believe, I just don't, I don't think so. Bob Lazar kind of puzzles me a little bit for
Yeah.
sure. Uh, because I don't know how many I've watched videos where like literally they go through like his interviews and read his body language and how he responds to questions and stuff like that, and it's just like everybody's on the same page with saying that either that guy is like the greatest liar ever or the dude's telling the truth, and that's crazy. So who knows, man?
I think
Um,
about that with like how he was describing the ships. I watched like the Joe Rogan one and all that stuff. Like he is my friend has a signed um concept like art thing of what the UFO was looked like and it's signed by Bob Lazar.
that's crazy.
But yeah, he was like really into that for a while. But um I don't know. It's like when you bring up the 180 days thing, first thing that pops in my head is 180 days. Man, that's a good amount of time to cover something up and then declassify it, huh? Or like change something
Yeah,
up and then
I don't
declassify. I
know.
don't know. It's
The other thing that stands out with Bob Lazar for me is there was one part of there's a part that they always bring up because he says that he's not sure what he saw, but it was like he passed by one of the spaceships that he says he saw, right, the aircraft, and that there was like a little figure sitting in the seat and there was a bunch of guys standing around it or whatever, and he's like they're always like, you saw an alien, right? And he's just like, no, I never said I saw an alien. I'm saying that I saw what looked like something or it resembled whatever was supposed to be the size that would fit in that seat and stuff. Like he's not sure if he saw an alien or not. He thinks he probably saw like a mannequin or something that they were using as an example. And to me, it's like if he was just trying to get fame or say, "Oh, aliens are real," he would have been like, "Yeah, I saw an alien." To me, that stands out. But I don't know if you've heard him talk about
it,
that. Um,
I've heard of that, and then I've heard of people like who were in the capacity or a similar capacity that Bob Lazar was in get like killed or like murdered or assassinated, whatever,
yeah,
for
which is
leaking out information.
yeah, which is supposedly exactly why he like made such a big deal about it. Is because he's like, if I
Hmm.
don't, then I'm gonna get killed off. Like everybody needs to know who I am. You
Yeah,
know, that's the only way he could protect himself. And if he's telling the truth, it worked. I mean, everybody's heard of him at this point. He's been on Joe Rogan.
yeah, that's
You
it.
know,
That's
um,
pretty like scary though. I don't know. Like
I mean,
I do think. Go ahead.
he said that they found those things like buried or something. Like it's not like they're here or anything like that. Like he's just saying that like there's definitely aliens. You know, but whether they interact with us or not, he has no idea. He just knows that we have off-world aircraft that we're trying to reverse engineer, but we aren't able to. He says
The
he doubts.
aircraft. Yeah.
Yeah, he says that he doubts that they've because he said that they've said that whatever program he was a part of was like it's like every 10 years they try to see if technology and like the scientists are able to crack it, and if they can't figure it out in a certain amount of time, they like close it all up and classify it, like hide it.
The fuck? And they'll never
Like I
give it
said,
another
it's
chance.
no they every like decade they try again or something,
Oh, okay,
or
okay.
like every so many years they like bring new scientists in to try and see if they can figure out how this stuff works, and nobody's been able to figure it out yet. And Bob Lazar was just one of those people that they picked because he had freaking put a jet engine in his Honda.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a rabbit
I
hole,
just
bro.
it is. It really like all I think about is what is that day gonna be like when there is a unmissable worldwide like everyone saw it, okay, like the coronavirus, you know what I mean? Like that's like everybody knows about the coronavirus. It's affected the entire world. Like
Yeah,
what is that one like unexplainable like that is definitely
like
intelligent life kind of
proof
thing.
beyond doubt type of thing. Yeah,
Yeah, like what like that is going to
I think
when
it
that
would.
shakes the world, what's going
Yeah,
to
dude.
happen, you know?
I don't know. I'm sure there would be a lot of craziness that happens. Because the thing that comes with that hand in hand is, like there's a lot of like religions that say that like if there's aliens,
Mm-hmm.
then that
Mm-hmm.
kind of like goes against religion. So like I think that would lead to a lot of hysteria in that like space, all the religion
Yeah.
stuff. So I don't know, man. It's scary to think about because it's like if they have really been hiding this whole time, like it's there's people who are like, dude, you're full of shit. Like, why do you even like care about this stuff? So if they
Yeah.
if they were basically just showed proof, imagine what that would do to people.
Yeah. It's just like
Yeah.
I don't want to think about peace. Like
It's
what do we
not fun
do?
to
Like
think.
how
Yeah.
like what is peace? Like how do you define peace? Like how are we gonna communicate? We're gonna like play songs for them? Like what if they don't like the song? What
I
if like
mean, the one thing that makes me feel good is there's always that quote or there's that conversation that they say that like multiple people saw happen where it was like I think it was Joseph Stalin and who was our damn president at the time? It was like right. It was at the Genova Accord or the peace accords, whatever it was, right?
I don't remember.
It,
I'll
it
look it up.
was
Hold on.
it was basically like Joseph Stalin and our president were talking, and they legit said like if like aliens invaded, because I think that was right around the time that like alien stories, like all that stuff started to get hype. Like War of the Worlds was, what I mean? That came out like after that, like a couple of years or whatever. But
Uh-huh.
like basically the conversation was like if there was an alien invasion, would like we put aside our differences and like unite against a common enemy? And it was basically like hell yeah, we would. Like humanity would
Okay.
basically unite when it happens. That was their consensus. They're like they both agreed that like as much as like their country's beliefs and like political systems like maybe don't agree with each other, like if that happened it would be like that goes all out the window.
That's
So
good to know. That's
yeah,
like
it's something to
that's
think about,
very
I guess. It's a little comforting, I guess.
yeah.
Even though that, if these aliens did show up and wanted to kill us, they could just wipe us all out in like a blink of an eye, but
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know what they have. I'm like, oh
who knows?
man, it's gonna make me feel so like that is just going to be a life changing moment. Like of just everyone's just gonna question like most
Yeah.
existential like worldwide thing, and what would that look like? Like we need that one person to be the leader and be like, it's okay, we are humans, we are strong, and like we just go back to like our instinctual primal whatever the fuck caveman. I don't know, it's such a
Yeah.
mind fuck.
What do you think about the moon landing?
I think it actually happened, and I think it's beautiful. I have no
I think it
no
I
qualms with it.
I definitely think it happened. I just think we might have faked the footage because I don't know if you've seen the theory that I forgot I haven't like read about this in a long time, but basically like the footage that they would have used to film it would have been like pretty messed up by the radiation coming back into the atmosphere. So they wouldn't have been
Mm,
able to like, broadcast. And then like I think something to do with the signal and like,
hmm.
just the fact that they were able to broadcast that at that time that as well as they did just it could be on both sides. Like I could see how maybe the footage was
Definitely.
faked, but like I definitely think we went to the moon. It makes
Yeah, and
sense,
if we didn't
space
then,
race.
we've done it now. You know, we've
Yeah.
surely done it by now. There's no way.
I mean, this is
But
this Israeli scientist says we have a underground base on Mars and we just chill with the aliens there. So
Wait, where did you hear that? That is
Yeah, dude, I literally saw it on YouTube this morning when I woke up. It was in my recommended. It was like Israeli scientist claims the Galactic Federation or Alien Federation exists or something. I was like, oh, I gotta hear this shit, and I clicked it.
oh my gosh. And like have we had a president meet with them? Like do
Yeah, he says that Trump has met with them and like wanted to tell us, but like they were basically like, no, you'll freak everybody out.
Oh my god. He would be the one to break the news. I
Yeah,
feel like,
because that's what Joe Rogan says. He's like, if there was some kind of top secret alien space program, we're talking to aliens and there's lizard people. He's like, Trump would have been the one to tell us, you know. But who knows, man? It's all mumbo jumbo. It's just fun to think about.
definitely.
And I mean, I think the people who think that's nonsense and stuff like that, they're closed minded, you know.
Oh yeah.
But
No, it's how can you not just like sit back and really think about it?
I
It
think
sounds
it.
I sound dumb saying that, but like it just you just gotta sit and think like why in the world would it just be us?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely. It's one of those things where it kind of stretches your imagination, and I think that's the fun part of it, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, you watch a movie like what's a good example? What was the guy who made I think he made Requiem for a Dream. It was like a pretty recent movie with Jennifer
Mother?
Lawrence. Yeah. No,
Yep.
was it Mother?
Yeah.
Where it's basically like an anxiety roller coaster,
Yeah.
the whole movie.
That was Mother.
Yeah, like I watched that and I'm just like, this is just weird. I get it, but like, no, thank you. Don't want to watch that again. Like, it
Sure.
just wasn't fun to watch and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And like, I feel like that's kind of how people think about that, like stuff like this. Like, they just don't care for it.
Sure. Yeah. That's a good
So
example.
yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to put it into terms that we can both relate to. But
Yeah. Man, Mother,
um,
that's a throwback. I haven't thought about that in a while, but yeah, that
dude,
is a
some of the reactions that I saw in that movie, because I went and saw it, and I think half the auditorium was full because it was like opening weekend, and everybody was like, "Oh, this movie's supposed to be like." Critics were either
yeah.
like they loved it or they hated it,
Yeah.
And so of course I was like, I got to go see what this is about. Um, and I think it was another one of those movies where I went by myself. Because like on those deployments, like I feel like most of the people I hung out with, all they wanted to do was get drunk all the time, and like I was just like,
Yeah.
I was big into like working out and stuff, and it was like those two just don't go together,
Yeah.
unless you've got like, unless you're like a super athlete, which I knew a guy like that. He would get shit faced like every night and then go like PR at the gym the next day, and he
Oh
looked like a damn Olympian. Um,
wow.
but yeah, not me. I hated like, I just hated what it did to my next day. It was like it just ruins my whole day
Yeah.
being hungover. Um, but like I went and saw that by myself, and then people are like, I heard people like coworkers trying to figure out what movie to go see, and there was like nothing new because it was like kind of, I think it was one of those weird times of the year where there's like just nothing new or nothing big, and they're like,
Uh-huh.
what about that Mother movie? It's got that chick from the Hunger Games. Like, don't go watch it, don't see it. And they're just like, what? And I was like, you guys will not like that at all. You guys are gonna be pissed that you went and wasted your time watching it, because I know they would. And they're like, okay, man, thanks.
Yeah.
And it, like, I think a couple months later, somebody was like, dude, I rented that from Redbox. You were right, dude. My wife was not about it, dude.
Oh my gosh.
My girlfriend would hate it just because she gets anxiety pretty bad, and like that's just
Yeah.
like that whole movie,
Do you guys watch a lot of movies together? Or are you kind of more like just watching on your own?
Yeah, I think she definitely. I mean, my parents are the same way. If they'll ask me because I'll be like, I just saw this movie, it was awesome, and like my mom will be like,
Uh-huh.
is it worth seeing at the movies? And I'm like, yes, because like I worked at the movies when I was growing up, and
Oh, that's cool.
like all that. So they respect my opinion. My dad is funny because like uh he always, like, it doesn't matter if the movie was shit or not. He'd be like, yeah, it was all right, But like when you hear him, like you'll hear it every once in a while, some movie, he'll be like, yeah, it was good. And I'm like, oh shit, it must have been really good. You know what I mean? Because like he said
Yeah.
that, he didn't just say it was all right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he watches everything too, which I think is funny. Like I don't know why we never really talk about movies and stuff that much. It's my stepdad, but
Okay.
uh like he was in the Coast Guard, so that was kind of like my big connection with him. Was like, I
Oh,
kind
that's
of followed in
cool.
his footsteps.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, right around the time that him and my mom got married, I was kind of like, I think I don't know. I was at that point in my life where I was like hitting puberty, kind of growing up a little. It was like,
Sure.
that time that you need a father to like really discipline you, at a
Yeah.
younger age. Was like he just wasn't there at the time. So it was like I feel like I kind of made the connection with him on the way out of like, childhood.
Uh,
Um, Getting deep about this too. Uh, but
yeah.
like,
It's all good.
yeah, I don't know. It's funny because like my girlfriend, she'll watch stuff just because she like kind of trusts me. She's like, all right, you said like if I've seen it and she hasn't, like Breaking Bad. I was like, wait, you never saw the last season of Breaking Bad? She's like, no, and I was like, we have to watch it right now, and like we're on that right
Oh,
now. We have like one more episode of the fourth season to watch, and then it just
okay.
the big
Yeah.
one, the big season.
The
Um,
last season is like it's an entirely different show. That's so
yeah.
good.
Did you watch El Camino? You had to.
Yeah.
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 What'd you think of that?
I honestly I thought they could have done without it, not gonna lie. But it was like,
I enjoyed
you
it.
know,
Yeah, but I get
yeah.
the argument like we didn't need this, But I feel like at the same time they do because his character just went through so much, that it was like he
Yeah.
deserved his little kind of like I don't want to say fairy tale ending, but he did deserve like some kind of closure.
I respect that actually. Yeah. Yeah. It really does deserve it because like it would have felt so fucked up if they had made that and Hollywood it, I guess, where they open it up and it's like there's this whole other saga and Jesse's story that happens after this, unfolding in two more Netflix movies coming soon in the Breaking Bad universe. Like, yeah, if anything, it was just nice to know that it was. Yeah, wow. I actually that kind of changes things for me. Not gonna lie.
I mean, dude, like if you ever talk about like a character that's just been through like every shitty situation possible, it's Jesse Pinkman, dude. That guy
Yeah,
has just been through so much bad shit where you just like you see him hit rock bottom so many times, man, in that show. It's just like, dude, how are you still alive? Like how do you not just like give
yeah,
up on life? Cuz like,
yeah.
dude, you feel for him big time. And yeah, no, I only watched El Camino that one time, so I'm excited to watch it again with her, kind of knowing,
Definitely, yeah. It's good to watch after the show for sure.
yeah. Um Better Call Saul, I liked it, but it's a lot more talking and
Mm,
you know. So I'm excited to watch that because they just filmed the last season here, I think, and I'm hopefully the pandemic doesn't mess it up. But when um, I think the last season when it came out for like a week or something like that, they turned like the Twisters here, which is like where they filmed the Los Pollos Hermanos at, like those scenes.
no
They
way.
like
Yeah.
actually turned it into like a Los Pollos Hermanos, and you can like DoorDash like
Yo.
Los Pollos Hermanos chicken and stuff like that. So I hope they do that and pandemic doesn't just cancel that, I hope they do it
Yeah, that
again
would
for the
suck.
last season. Um,
That sounds so cool. Actually, I haven't seen any Better Call Saul, so I
I
just
mean,
haven't seen any
I
TV
like Saul
lately.
Goodman, so like it's cool to see how he became Saul Goodman. Like he starts out as this like goody two shoes lawyer that you kind of feel for, but like you see how he kind of like cuts corners.
Mm,
And then you
yeah,
see like this is why he wears weird colored suits. This is why he does this. This is why it's interesting. But at the same time, it flashes back like all the time at the beginning of episodes of him after he's basically like gotten a new identity and he just looks depressed as hell because he's like working at a Cinnabon,
right.
bro. It's crazy, dude. Like now that I think
Wow.
about it, I'm like, dude, I gotta see how this ends. Like, what's he gonna
Yeah,
do?
they're saying it's on the scale of, well, maybe not on the exact scale, but it's like close to what you know Breaking Bad was. Like at least like
Ooh.
the last. I heard like there was the finale that they just had that was like really well. I read the reviews, but I don't know what's going on. So I
Yeah, I
thought I
mean,
had seen someone.
there's one last season that's supposed to start in a couple months, I think. So we're gonna try and catch it before that comes out.
I see.
Um, but I mean, I think the biggest question everybody has is like, is Walter White gonna show up at some point?
Mm,
Whether it's at the very end or like somewhere in the story at the end.
God, he has to. He has to.
I know. I feel like it would be a letdown if he didn't. Um,
Yeah.
what are some? Dude, I could literally talk for hours about
No
movies and
problem,
TV.
dude. Yeah.
I
Me
mean,
too.
I'm sure my girlfriend's like going to get food at this point or something. Uh,
No worries.
but what are some like of your favorite TV shows? Because like Breaking Bad to me is like one of the best shows ever made.
Breaking Bad, Mad Men. I loved pre season 7 Walking Dead.
Ugh.
Um, the best show I've ever seen, and I don't know if it'll be topped, is The Leftovers on HBO. Have you
Good
seen that?
choice, man. Good choice.
You know The Leftovers?
Yes, I know The Leftovers.
Oh,
I just watched that with my girlfriend a
yes.
couple months ago because she hadn't
Damn.
seen it and I wanted to watch it again. I'm pissed. I feel like that last season, like it ended it well, but like I feel like there could have been more. Like I feel like they definitely had to like
Mm,
condense the story for that last season. Like I feel like it would have been better justified if it had a full episode run like the last two seasons. But I just feel like nobody watched it, so that's why they did that.
yeah.
But at least it got an ending. They could have well just canceled it.
Yeah.
Um, so you got to
God.
respect that. But dude, that's depressing, man. That's a depressing ass show. Um,
I I think it's like I don't know if you watch This Is Us. I don't watch This Is Us, but from what I understand, like the goal of This Is Us is like be as depressing but human and relatable to middle class America as possible. And
yeah,
I feel like it doesn't
I've heard
succeed in
that.
it
I
from what
haven't
I've
watched
seen.
it, and like I don't know. To me, that doesn't sound like something I want to like.
Yeah,
If
like come on.
yeah, it just doesn't sound like something I want to spend my time doing, feeling depressed and stuff. Like The Leftovers, I respect from a storytelling perspective and stuff. So it's like
Hmm.
um, I don't know, man. I hate like regular cable TV to be honest. I just can't do
Yeah,
it.
same.
Um, like I like
Even then, like
Dexter. They're bringing back that for one more season at least. I heard, like it's confirmed. I don't know if you've seen that, Dexter.
Dexter. Yeah. I haven't watched the original series, but yeah, I know they're bringing it back.
Yeah, Dexter's supposed to be running around New York killing people.
Damn.
He's
I
not a
heard. Have you
lumberjack
watched the
anymore.
original?
The original? What do you mean?
The original series.
Yeah, yeah. I watched the first. Like the last season was a mess, but
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I heard. Like the way it ended was not good.
um,
But
it kind of reminds me of Lost, where like the last season just kind of fell apart.
oh, I feel you. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I liked Lost. I feel like they could have ended it when the time travel stuff happened, or like the bomb went off or whatever.
Hmm.
I feel like they could have ended it there if they really wanted it to. My number one, I think of all time, season one of True Detective. It's my number one,
Damn, I gotta watch that. Oh my god,
dude.
I
The
haven't
second
seen
two
it.
seasons are decent television. The second season is eh. The third season is a step in the right direction. But that first season, like I don't know, man. It changed me, man. Like
Really?
yeah, dude. Like just the straight up
Like,
like badass, like the badassery of it, but at the same time being grounded and like real,
yeah.
But also kind of like touching that like super almost supernatural type stuff, but not really like putting a full foot into it. It's you'll see what I'm talking about, man. You'll have to
Sure.
watch it and then we'll talk. Like we'll have to
You
do
know,
like a call.
I, the reason I got a VR was so I could watch. I could be more focused on movies and television, and like go into like a movie theater world, and like I've watched maybe 2 or 3 movies, but like it's helped me get over that hump of like not being able to watch something at home. But I've been meaning to watch fucking True Detective in the VR for so long, and I honestly I think I forgot about it. But
Dude,
now I
I
will
think I've watched True
undoubtedly do.
Detective legit like a dozen times because I always like
Wow.
somebody tells me they haven't seen it. I'm like, all right, we're watching it.
Yeah.
I gotta see the reaction, you know.
Yeah. That is so cool.
Yeah, let me know if you want to do a watch party.
Yeah, that's cool. Is it through Prime actually? Like, or
No,
how does that
not a
work?
legit
I'd be
watch
down.
party. I mean, like just I guess it would just have to be just me and you, like on a Discord
Oh,
call.
I'm down. I'm down. Yeah,
But
I'm down.
I don't know. I've
Absolutely.
never. I think I've only done that one other time, and it was with my brother. We watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood together.
What did you think of that one?
I loved it. I feel like people don't appreciate it because it's made for people who love movies, you know.
Yeah.
So if you don't love movies, then you're probably not gonna care for it as much.
It was. It took me a bit to enjoy it, but like I think the thing that rubbed me wrong was like how it didn't end like history ended, I guess.
I
And
like that though, because it's supposed to be like a
yeah,
fairy tale.
yeah, it grew
That's
on
the whole
me.
point
That's
of
the
it.
thing.
Yeah.
And like somebody kind of, one of my friends told me, he's like, it's Tarantino's fantasy of, and it's
Yeah.
respect of how much he loved Hollywood and what he wished could have happened. And then I was just like, oh, fuck, you got me. Okay.
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, you can go back and watch interviews with him, and he literally like explains. And like it's funny because like it would be like you sitting down with like a random ass person trying to explain like why you like a movie. You know what I mean? In like
Yeah.
your best words. And like he's just explaining why he chose this shot in a car and this and that. And it's like all the movie nerds on the internet like love it, but like you can tell the people in the interview, even Leonardo DiCaprio sitting next to him, they're just like, when is this over?
Oh.
Because he just goes into so much detail. He's like, I chose this shot because that's what I remember driving around with my dad in the back seat. Like, just everything in so much detail.
That's so cool though. Like
Yeah.
to have that level of freedom and like be able to like make movies like that. That's such a dream.
Yeah. I mean, he keeps saying he's only going to make 10 movies, but if you ask me, I don't think he'll ever be able to stop.
Mm,
It'll be like a drug addict trying to quit cold turkey. It just won't happen.
mm. Yeah. I do.
Um, he's making a show out of that. It's supposed to be on Netflix, Bounty Law, like with Leonardo DiCaprio, the cowboy show in that movie.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I forgot about that. So it's like a miniseries kind of thing, or like probably
I
just a
guess so.
miniseries, I assume.
Probably a miniseries. I don't think he would do like a full on show. Um, and then they're supposed to release like a 4-hour version of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on Netflix. There's
Yeah.
just like whole characters cut out of it.
Oh really?
Yeah, like
Okay, I'll
Tim
check that
Roth I
out.
think was cut out, like couple other people.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I can't wait to sit down and watch that again.
Yeah. That's really cool though.
Yeah. But all right, man. On that note, I think it's probably a good time to end it before my girlfriend comes in and
For
starts
sure.
choking me.
No
But
worries, bro. That was this is an incredible conversation. Like this is one of the best conversations I've had in a very, very long time.
you know what, dude? I mean, I I can't remember, man. It was late at night. It was like 1 in the morning, and I think it was the TikTok where like he drove a car off a cliff and landed in the back of a truck and started freaking out. And I died laughing so much. My girlfriend was like, "Shut up." Uh, and I showed her, and she just was like, "Yeah, it's funny," like more pissed off that like it's 1 in the morning and I'm like wide awake laughing. And dude,
Oh my
I
god.
clicked your profile and I saw either a Twitch link or one of those link trees or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know what you
Linktree.
have in there. So I click it and I was like, oh yeah, he's got a Twitch. So I clicked the Twitch and you're live, and it was literally like 1 in the morning, and you're just like thanking your viewers for being there, and like
What?
just super deep conversation about how like you couldn't believe that there was however many people because you had a TikTok popping off, like just hanging out in the like at 2 in the morning or whatever it was, and I was just like, I'm gonna follow this guy.
Thank
And I
you,
think you were
man.
like, thanks, Danny Dorito, for the follow.
Oh my god.
No. I was
Little
like,
did I know.
I always wonder because like it surprises me sometimes people that notice me, but like it kind of I don't know. I kind of liked that you didn't notice me, to be honest, because I don't know. It just felt like I was a fly on the wall. I didn't. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, Danny, I love your stuff, or I've seen your TikToks. It's just like you were being real with your viewers, and I don't know. It's just connected
Thank
with
you,
me.
bro. That's really awesome. Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why like just watching your TikToks and stuff. I was like, yeah, I think I'll sit down and talk with this dude. He seems like a genuine dude.
Yeah, likewise. Seriously. Fuck, that's just like the image of you showing your girlfriend. She's like, okay, it's like whatever.
Yeah, she was watching like the Bachelor or some crap. I don't know.
I
You
know,
know.
because it's like, oh my god, I feel like half my TikToks are just like you have to like cut out half your brain to like really like just laugh, because I feel like I look at it, I'm like, what the hell?
I showed my girlfriend the one today where you were staring at the dead cow in the middle of the road.
Oh yeah.
And then so is that Genie Kid? Is that the one that threw the
Yeah, yeah,
thermite?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I figured when you were talking about him. Dude, and then you just die all of a sudden. I was cracking up. My girlfriend's like, she's like, it's not that funny. And I was like, I think it's funny. So
Thank you.
she's like trying to organize stuff or something, you know. She's like totally preoccupied with something else,
Oh
and I'm
my
over here
God.
bothering her.
Yo, that is so funny.
I was like, this is the guy that's gonna be on the podcast today.
Yo, that is amazing. Yeah, I have a good one dropping on Sunday that I hope you'll like. If you like Genie Kid, it's definitely a good one. It's potentially the best Genie Kid TikTok, potentially the best TikTok yet. I don't know. But
Do you? So
yeah.
is that just like you during your stream, or is that offline? Like you're just kind of hanging out?
It's a little bit of both.
A little bit about.
I try like on my off day, because I realize like my best. I'm like I am my best when I'm just chilling off the stream and like there's no stakes and I'm not trying to. Half of me is like I'm worried that my stream is lagging and we're dropping frames like hell, and it's like even if I get a good clip, the frames are just going to drop and it's going to be unusable because it's like lagging the whole time. But when I'm playing offline, I'm always recording, and it's like I feel better because it's like, okay, this is high quality. It's not going to drop, you know.
Yeah.
No pressure. I could suck here,
yeah.
but then
That's why I don't like collabs as much, because like this morning,
yeah,
me and T Dog are chilling, trying to talk and stuff, and like I'm also trying to play good at the game because I know he's good. So like I don't want to
Yeah.
like just get us killed or something. And
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm trying to talk to chat, and like I keep thinking, like I'm not reading chat enough. I'm not reading chat enough.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have to
Yeah.
like play some offline. I gotta meet Genie
Definitely,
Kid.
bro. Yes, dude. Actually, he mentioned that he loves your TikToks too. He's like, yo,
that's
I've
funny.
seen that guy. That's the G Fuel guy. Oh my god, I love his G Fuel. He's like a big G Fuel guy. He like loves G Fuels.
How old is he?
And so like he's like 13 or 14.
No, dude. My designer is like 14, the one that makes all my overlays and stuff. So
Hell yeah.
age is just a
met
number,
him.
man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I actually. Met
I
him
mean,
in
to a
person,
certain
too, though.
extent, okay? We're just talking about friendships, all right?
Oh yeah. Of course.
I don't want to be misquoted.
Yeah, of course. That's God.
Yeah.
No, but I met him in person actually, and that's how like I was filming this YouTube video, how I would write The Last of Us Part 3. I just like made the whole production out. It's so goofy. It's I don't know, but I like actually like took it serious. I was like, yo, can we like let's get like sound, let's get like production out of it, and like made a little production out of it. And he was just riding his little BMX bike in this ditch area that I wanted to go to because it looked like The Last of Us. And he's like, yo, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, we're filming a YouTube video. He's like, oh, cool. What's it about? I'm like, The Last of Us Part 2. And he's like, oh, I've never played The Last of Us Part 2. And I'm like, unlightened fuck. Back to you're distracting me, just like, so and he's like just chilling there watching us. And he's like, yo, what's your YouTube? I'm like, Genie Boy. And so then he hits me up on Instagram. He's like, yo, I'm the guy that you met while you were filming. And I was like, oh, yeah, let's play sometime. And we play the Halloween Verdansk event.
Oh,
and
man.
He is just an entirely different person. He's just screaming and going like this. He has this energy like I've never seen in my life. And I'm like, I love this guy. Yes, let's keep going. And so, yeah, we've just hit it off. He's a great guy, though. He's like so fun to chill with, and he's not always screaming all the time, obviously, but like it's fun.
Yeah, well, I feel like I can't like go 100% with my energy like that during my streams because I'm so like it would be like, holy shit, hey, what's up, man? Thanks for the follow. Like.
I always
can't.
get the same thing.
Yeah,
it is always like, okay. Thank you for the follow. Okay. It's like,
yeah.
So
and there's the one guy, you missed my hydrate. And I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh god.
I have to. Dude, at first I was like, let me see. I don't see no. Oh, there it is. I try to call us like you're just trying to get a free hydrate or something, like because it'll be something like 5 dabs or something, Something
Oh
where I actually
yeah.
gotta like, I'm like, all right, here we go, 5 dabs. You know, I gotta like
Yeah.
stop what I'm
1,
doing.
2, 3.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, this was great though. Thank you for having me on, bro. This
yeah, man.
was so fun.
Yeah, I'm sure maybe
But
that portion of the where we got super deep, maybe that'll be I'll post it as like a deep conversation with a stranger or something to see what happens.
sure, yeah, whatever,
I don't know.
whatever you want to
We'll
put it
see.
out, that'd be cool.
I'm always looking for ways
But
to
yeah,
turn this stuff into more content. So
good. No, that's the way to do
yeah,
it. That's the
but
way to do
yeah, man, we'll definitely play offline for sure.
it. Definitely.
I'm so
All
down.
right.
All
And
right,
hit
man.
me up about the editor thing. If you if you want me to just write you want to send me like a template of what to say or something like that, I'll make some posts for you. Just give
For
me like
sure,
an
man.
email.
You don't have to do that. That's just nice of you. But I don't.
I
I'm
got you.
sure you got a lot on your plate too. So
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, if you change your mind though, I'm happy.
all right, man. Pleasure talking with you, bro.
Alrighty. You too, man. You too. I'm gonna go get some food or something and go to the bathroom. But all right,
All right, take care, man.
later, bro.
Peace.
Bye.